Yeah, so it's 3 racehorses, like thoroughbred racehorses, but they're all in ball gags. And I'm just looking at them thinking, like, you did all this and made SpaceX. This is fucking amazing. I want to hang out with you more often. But, unfortunately, then it was discovered I wasn't Mark Zuckerberg, and all Jews look the same to him, apparently. So, how's it going, everybody? How's it going? Praise Bezos. So, yeah. Praise Wojcicki. Praise Wojcicki. Actually, I forgot where we were tonight. Welcome
Yeah.
to.
YouTube. Wojcicki.
Yeah, welcome. Praise Wojcicki. Praise her. She needs it. Yeah.
Does she?
Uh,
Is that
yeah,
how she
yeah.
exists? Does she exist
I
through
think
praise or virgin blood?
she's like Queen Mab from that '90s Merlin movie. Remember?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
all. If Sam Neill ever ceases to be aware of her existence, she ceases to exist. But I mean, that's the same with all of us. If Sam Neill forgets about any of us, we cease to exist. So, welcome to this week's YouTube Saints. I am here in full force and regalia, and most of Jeff Holiday is here as well.
I left a lot of me in the desert this weekend. There is a
Mm,
lot of me currently missing.
A
Hasn't
lot of it
caught
will
back
be,
up.
yep, a lot of it's being collected with little cotton swabs and entered into evidence bags as we speak. So it's all gonna be it's
Probably.
gonna be a fun time. That Labrador will never be the same, Jeff.
Oh my
You
god.
should. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. No, so I
That's
really I should have expected this. I should have. I went to a Burning Man regional, which is basically people who really like Burning Man. They all get together once a year in one area and they go fucking ape shit, and that's what I did. I really should have expected I would have been this destroyed, but
yep.
I am
Yeah.
disarmed at how fucked up I feel right now.
Yeah.
It's
So this is
awful.
twice in one week that I'm going to be heading up the show. Fortunately, this time around, I don't have to do the producing of it, and we don't have any of Dankula's Discord regulars coming around to share what poop looks like with us. Oh, that was fun. You missed that. Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
a
Well, I
bunch of
mean,
fecal freaks in the Discord
oh,
server?
well, this is the thing. I mean, like they're kind of a diaspora now because they got their Discord nuked. Although I think they have a
That's
home again.
right.
But yeah, as soon as it was announced that Marcus would be co-hosting the show, the Discord just filled up with the nastiest. Uh,
Does that mean Dankula is like the scatological Moses or some shit?
sort of, yeah. He's
Okay.
guiding his. I can't get those images out of my head. Yeah, he's guiding his own poop cult, as it was,
Okay.
around to other people's discords so that they can hang out. Now, I'll say, being that our Discord does suffer a fair number of raids from time to time,
It's true.
it is kind of saddening after a while to see the lack of creativity. Because I mean, at least like when the clown porn people showed up, they like hung out, and then when they got shuttled into the right room, people were like, "Oh, you like clown porn? Here, let me show you some of my personal stock," because they
Yeah.
didn't know what the fuck kind of Discord they were getting into. But if you're just gonna post pictures, prolapsed assholes and and people mid poop, and hey, good job. Hey,
Thanks.
yeah, thanks. But no, it was funny because as soon as it started happening, and Marcus caught when he's like, "Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot they do that." Like, what the fuck? All right, well, I mean, it is one of those. You came to the wrong neighborhood, dude.
Mm-hmm. You in the
Honestly, I'm just
wrong neighborhood, motherfucker.
all I can imagine is like Dr. Squiggums just looking into his like one of his external hard drives, be like, wait a second, I've got something here for them.
We love you, Squiggums.
Yeah.
So starting off our news for this week, let's check it out over
Yeah.
here. This is a sad one. Morgan
Mm.
Freeman had his Me Too. He had his Me Too moment.
And that was when the Me Too hit me too.
God. Morgan Freeman apologizes after multiple women accuse actor of sexual harassment. Well, Jesus Christ, what's up with this website? There we go. Morgan Freeman issued an apology to anyone who felt uncomfortable or disrespected following an explosive report containing claims of sexual harassment from 8 women. The veteran actor, 80, told Fox News on Thursday, "Anyone who knows me or has worked with me knows I am not someone who would intentionally offend or knowingly make anyone feel uneasy. I apologize to anyone who felt uncomfortable or disrespected. That was never my intent."
Mm.
That's a good
Yeah,
way.
no,
What are they
yeah,
accusing him of?
This is the great thing about it is that like if nothing else, now we have a whole bunch of new shit to read in the voice of Morgan Freeman. You don't even need to read it out loud like that. Like you see a picture of Morgan Freeman and this entire article is just read in his voice. The veteran actor, 80, told Fox News on Thursday. It's one
Yeah.
of those great things. But yeah, 8 women told CNN on Thursday that Freeman made suggestive comments about their appearance and inappropriately touched them. A young production assistant told the outlet that Freeman harassed her for several months while working on the 2015 set of Going in Style. She claimed that Freeman made comments about her body almost every day and would rub her lower back.
Oof.
Well, I mean, I'll say this much though, like coming from and this is one of those like he's making excuses for patriarchy shit, but it's like we're talking about like an 80-year-old dude at this point.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, to him, like he'd probably I wouldn't be shocked if he didn't if he's like, well, I don't mind the term colored folk. They used it all the time when I was young. He comes from a different era. And moreover, this is Morgan fucking Freeman. Stars all get big heads. They're very certain they can get away with loads of shit. I proved that at Kilroy to the nth degree.
It's true, you did.
Yes, I did. But I mean, I've seen some of them, and yeah, some of them are clearly like, he's, I'm a big movie star. I can get away with these things. Hey, you're. He said something. I read one report. Like he said something like, "I would love to be right there where you are right now," or some shit like that. Basically, it was like an inferred like, "I'd love to be all up in them guts" kind of thing.
Okay, that's fair.
And then apparently, I guess he told a pregnant woman that she looked ripe, which I don't even see that as inappropriate or sexual. That's just kind of like
it's a pregnancy joke.
It's a pregnancy joke. It's like, you look ripe, but like, yes, ripe for the plucking, because that's what all men, that's the nature of the Me Too movement, is to remind feminists that all men want to bang them, because if they don't have that delusion, they're just going to have to invest in cats. But all the same, yeah, he kept trying to lift up my skirt and asking if I was wearing underwear. That's a little on the nose, Mr. Freeman.
Yeah, it's a little spicy.
Yeah, now she claimed Freeman's co-star Alan Arkin made a comment telling him to stop. I could totally see fucking Alan Arkin being the guy to step up and be like, okay, you need to cut the shit. That's Alan Arkin in a nutshell. Morgan got freaked out and didn't know what to say, she alleged. Yeah, so this isn't, it's nice because this isn't really Harvey Weinstein level shit where he's just like, I'm the most powerful man in Hollywood, suck my cock. It's more about like, doddering old man doesn't know where line is, crosses it anyway. Right. News at 11.
Right.
Another woman who worked with Freeman on the 2012 film Now You See Me said he did comment on our bodies. We knew that if he was coming by, not to wear any top that would show our breasts, not to wear anything that would show our bottoms, meaning not wearing clothes that were fitted. So Morgan Freeman, if anything, we need to, like, they used to say boys will be boys is such a shitty excuse. Okay, you know what? I will give you that if you accept that doddering old man with no sense of boundaries is something we all have to like live with. Right. There's no fixing it. I mean, like neuroscientists are trying, but this sounds like, I mean, the fact that he was doing this shit and then he was like all ashamed and like, I'm sorry, I didn't know I'd done anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm, only guilty man in Shawshank. Yeah. When you see that kind of shit, it's kind of obvious. The article's co-author and sole accuser went on the record, Chloe Mellis, alleging that Freeman harassed her when she interviewed him for CNN at a press junket for the movie Going in Style. Mellis, who was pregnant at the time, said upon meeting Freeman that he looked her up and down and said, "Boy, do I wish I was there." The remark was caught on camera, but the tape was not rolling when Freeman allegedly told her, "You look ripe."
Wow.
The first part, I don't get it. I mean, is he saying like he wants to be in her womb?
Does he have like an unbirthing fetish? That would be interesting.
Or maybe he's like really into like that whole inflation thing where yeah, he's like been cruising DeviantArt
with the bicycle pump. I want to.
The thing is that after I was on Reddit for so long, I decided to check out DeviantArt. Now, the thing about DeviantArt is that much art as it is deviant.
Mm-hmm.
For that reason, I have desired to climb up into women's wombs for the past 5 years, and I cannot shake this notable feeling within me. So, Yeah, Morgan
Ugh.
Freeman, another one taken down by the Me Too movement. By the way, let us also take a moment to observe the wonderful irony to the fact that before we called it a hashtag, we knew that symbol as a pound sign, and that in a sense that the movement says
Pound me
pound me
too.
too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I feel
Yep.
that.
I would almost hope, I really do sort of hope that the progenitors of that particular movement saw the irony and said, "Fucking let's do it." Anybody says that's pound me too, we'll just call them sexist.
Yeah. Right. Fuck me dead. That's so
So
perfect.
rest in peace, Morgan Freeman. We will hopefully, maybe you and Kevin Spacey can get together and I don't know, just
No.
maybe remake a latter day sequel to Brokeback Mountain. It's a story of two outcast elderly cowboys, one who isn't
Gross.
just run out of town for his unappreciated, unwelcomed, and unsolicited boy love, and another one who's just run out of town for wanting to climb up inside the womb of one too many pregnant women. Coming to theaters this fall
I
from
do
Disney.
not want to think about Morgan Freeman having butt sex with a dude.
Yeah, but can you think of Morgan Freeman actually climbing up into a woman's womb?
Oddly, yes. I can think of that
No,
a lot easier. I could
that's easier.
I could accept that. I can accept like Morgan Freeman having an unbirthing fetish more than I can the idea of him being like a gay cowboy. I don't know why. I don't really know why, but for some
That's
reason.
It's just like as soon as that gets hot, it's just gonna be like the next time you ask, what's 50 Cent been up to? You're gonna flip on Netflix and you're gonna see his like hood remake of Brokeback Mountain, like trying to get outside of my comfort zone, you understand? Ever since, Slim decided to have an existential crisis in front of the entire fucking country. Well, the rap game ain't what it used to be. That's all I'm saying.
Oof. All right. So Sergeant Buck says daily reminder that diarrhea can possess both context and intent. That is true. That is very true. Mysterious Senor Hitler says thoughts on the left-leaning blue check marks of the Twitter sphere shitting on Total Biscuit before his corpse was cold in the ground. Yeah, okay. Here's the thing about making edgy jokes about people who die. There's nothing inherently like really really wrong with it. Like you can't say that's objectively a bad thing and you shouldn't do it. And I don't think that humor should have limits. It just makes you a dick. It just makes you an asshole. And I personally try not to ever do it if I can, unless they're a real giant piece of shit. You got to be like you got to be like Turbo Hitler for me to start cracking jokes as soon as you're dead.
I couldn't even bring myself to like crack actual jokes when Jerry Falwell died,
Right.
And I fucking hated that guy.
Me
And
too.
I mean, desperately fucking hated him. But at the same time, it's like, if you're the kind of person who, and I think I may have done it once in the past, and if I do, I regret it deeply. But if you're the kind of person who's openly going to mock somebody before their body's even fucking cold, right? Simply because you have some pedantic political fucking difference with them, like, oh, he supported Gamergate. I hope his family suffers extra long. You're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Any amount of righteous posturing you've done in the past, trying to lord your moral superiority over the plebs and degenerates whom you look down your nose and scorn at, you are lower than they could possibly be in your imagination. Because John Bain had a family. John Bain had people who loved and cared about him. Whether or not you liked him, and I know plenty of people who didn't, you still like you show some level of fucking respect. Not even because you respect the person, but because you respect yourself enough to want to look like a fucking functioning adult in the human world.
Rhino says Freeman or Andy was going to make my cock wet, either on his knees or bent over the laundry folding table. Either way, Red was getting his. It's pretty good. Actually, the more that my voice is completely fucked, I could do Freeman a little bit easier. It's still not very good, though.
Okay. Yeah.
Tyler and Sabrina Paul says, enjoy the beers, Jeff. Nick, your box is next. I will go pick that up tomorrow. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you. I'm drinking my Kirkland beer right now. It's not Kirkland Light though.
Well, actually, I do know Rhino's got a case of Kirkland Light.
Does he?
For me, next town over too. He's like, I got the Kirkland when you're ready for it, bro. I'm like, oh.
Fuck yeah. Irish abortion referendum. Ireland overturns abortion ban. Now, what is this story that you sent me? What is this?
Okay, so here's the thing. I mean, as we all know, there's like a couple Catholics in Ireland. No, one or two.
One or two.
Yeah, so I mean, this is a very strong religious tint to the country, and they've maintained an abortion ban for quite a while. Even so much so, I remember years back there was a story about there was a floating, basically it was a boat that was a floating abortion clinic, and they would pull into harbors, and women would get on and go 12 miles out to international waters, and then get their abortions. Why am I falling into the Freeman
Yeah,
cadence, as I go?
I don't know.
It's addictive, yeah.
It
But no, I mean,
is.
that, I mean, it was kind of like at one point you kind of expected a Metal Gear Solid style like oil refinery, like an offshore oil refinery where it's nothing but an abortionarium. Yeah.
Wild.
Just yeah, crazy, right? But yeah,
Fucking
so they
the
actually
abortion flotilla.
yeah,
What the fuck?
there we go. That's what we're talking about. Well, yeah, see, this is why, like
Oh
all you
no.
pro-lifers out there, you guys got to keep in mind, you could pass all laws you want in this country, but out there, it's maritime law, which means that if a pirate cadre and I managed to take over an oil rig and sit on it for 7 years, technically belong to us, we could perform all the goddamn abortions and gay marriages we want. But all the same, Ireland's had a long-standing abortion ban, and they recently put it to a referendum.
Okay.
And the public voted well, the Republic of Ireland has voted overwhelmingly to return the abortion ban by but overturn the abortion ban by 66.4% to 33.6%. So
Okay.
apparently they're sick of having kids that turn into depressing novelists. But a referendum held on Friday resulted in a landslide win for the repeal side. Currently, abortion is only allowed when a woman's life is at risk, but not in cases of rape, incest, or fetal abnormality. Wow. So it's like a fucking breech birth, you can get it, but oh love, I'm sorry you got snuggled by Hakeem when he came over on the boat there, but unfortunately you're gonna have this here baby. You
What the
know?
fuck?
That's fucked up, right? Hey, I didn't make
That
the
is
law.
fucked up, but Jesus
Christ.
Christ, Nick.
Yeah, I
Um,
know. The Eighth Amendment, which grants equal rights to life and to the mother and the unborn, will be replaced. So now mothers will have no rights to life whatsoever in Ireland. They'll be hunted for sport.
Jesus.
Well, we all do know, pregnant women's skin gets really soft in like the second trimester, so it only makes sense that Irish trappers would be after those fine pelts. But
Is it just me? Like, okay, so when you have like a landmark case and the law changes in a big fucking way, everybody always celebrates. There's like a big party. Is it bad form to celebrate that now we can get abortions?
I'm not going to be doing any celebrating because the only time I celebrate an abortion is when I'm told about such after the fact. It's like, hey, I was pregnant. What? No, it's okay. I got it taken care of. Oh, thank God.
Right,
You
but
want to party?
like, how do you do the decorum in that? Because we're progressive. We changed the law. We did it. Yeah. Now we
Yeah,
can get abortions. Oh
I'm
shit.
gonna smoke a pack of cigarettes and throw myself down the stairs now. Just celebrate the main spirit of the affair, which is not having babies that you were impregnated with. Um,
Yeah.
the declaration was made at Dublin Castle at 1813 local time, and then there's a tourism ad, wander through 5,000 years of history that all ended in 2018. Jump into Ireland.com. The only constituency to vote against repealing the Eighth Amendment was Donegal, with 51.9% voting against the change. Now that's a county, I believe, in western Ireland.
Very north. Very
Very
north.
north. It's a big piece of Northern Ireland.
No.
A vote in favour to repeal paves the way for the Dáil Irish Parliament to legislate for change which would see introduction to much more liberal regime. In 2015, the country voted overwhelmingly to legalise same-sex marriage in a historical referendum. Ireland's time of reckoning. Oh, it's a bunch of links.
Jesus Christ. God damn it.
Fuck are you? Listen, is that your like gym playlist? Like,
No,
Jesus.
that's my fucking cell phone. That's my ringtone is Jesus is my friend.
Now, the burden of shame is gone. Reacting to the result, the Taoiseach Prime Minister, Leo Varadkar, that's a strangely not Irish
We're gonna be on
sounding.
this article for a million years.
Yeah, well, captured in favor of liberalization, said it's a historic day for Ireland and that a quiet revolution has taken place. Yes, it's quiet because there won't be any screaming babies.
Right.
See, I'm with this. He added, it's also a day when we can say no more. No more to doctors telling their patients there's nothing that can be done for them in their own country. No more lonely journeys across the Irish Sea. No more stigma as the veil of secrecy is lifted. And no more isolation as the burden of shame is gone. He said that some had voted yes with pride, but many had voted yes with sorrowful acceptance and heavy hearts. Now, not we don't need to stay on this article too long, but I do think
Good.
that as these fucking abortion fights keep going,
Yeah.
like these, the tweet your abortion crowd out there, they're like,
Oh,
hey y'all, I had fucking unprotected sex and got fucking knocked up, but it's okay because my insurance let me just hoover that shit right out of my vag. This shit's gonna be fresh and clean by tomorrow morning, fellas. Like, not a good look, ladies. Not a good look. I'm all in favor. I think abortion should be legal, but I don't think it's something that should be fucking celebrated. I don't think it's a point. It shouldn't be a point of fucking pride because A, if you're getting it, either something really, really bad happened or you were massively irresponsible. And this isn't even throwing shame at those who have unexpected pregnancies. There's really no shame in that. And I don't even think there should be shame attached to terminating it if you're unfit and unready. But this notion of it being some source of fucking pride, like, hey, I'm in control of my body. No,
vaginas are
don't.
gross.
I think they're great personally, but I mean, like, yeah, when
Fucking look
when you're fucking
weird.
when you smashing them to hell and back with a fucking Kirby and a coat hanger, yeah, they're not gonna come out of that too. They're probably gonna come out looking like a little fucking Freddy Krueger fucking film, you know. But all the same, like, good for you, Ireland. It's good for you to fucking liberalize your laws on lady parts and I'm sure there are plenty of English who are quietly chuckling in their tea rooms saying, well, I guess that means there's less Irish in the world. Huzzah. But
All right, Jables Boogly. This
same.
goes towards a death shot by Jonathan Davis. What's worse, taking death shots or two cummy-soaked pieces of styrofoam rubbing together? Death shots are better than anything that has to do with styrofoam. Fuck you. John
If the
Prunty.
styrofoam is soaked in cum, then it's not going to make that squeaky noise that you hate so
I
much.
just don't want to be anywhere near a fucking piece of styrofoam. I swear to Christ. I
But if you
will.
have
I
to
will
be,
actually throw. I'm having a hard enough time right now not throwing up. If we start bringing up more and more about styrofoam, I will fucking barf on
oh
camera.
God,
I seriously will.
you just Vice News the shit out of our super chat section. You know that, right?
Damn it. No. Hey, you know what? You right there, you watching this right now, fuck off. Stop it. I know you're about to fucking type out some super chat or some Streamlab or some shit to try and fuck with me about styrofoam. Fucking knock it off. Stop it immediately. Dick. Anyway, so next, John Prunty. Freeman has been in Hollywood too long. That's institutionalized. Yeah, true. Calligator, life is swell with a kinky ale. It's 10 o'clock somewhere. This message is brought to you by our boy Randy Kolpeck. Also watch the after show. We have Kirkland on tap. Fuck yeah. Calligator
Yeah.
always does an after show after this show. Twitch.tv/Calligator CALIGATOR. Then we got Breadmaster PBJ. I need 20 cc's of cummy stat. I'm going into cummiac arrest. Please inject your yummy cum medicine into my happy little good girl hole. Daddy, be nimble. Daddy, be quick. Daddy, give me all 8 inches of your dick. God, what the fuck?
That was some creativity right there. I mean, granted, the nursery rhyme is ruined forever, but in the meantime, yeah, thank you for your money in that sterling comment.
Anime Moon, I don't have a bad joke about my mother's death and funeral, but my brother and I did find her cummy-encrusted dildos in the Catholic Holy Bible, right on Jesus' face no less. I'm just glad I wasn't the one touching it. Sorry, bro, you're the executor. What the fuck? God damn it.
I don't even get it, but I love it.
The fuck are you guys doing to me right now? Giovanna
I didn't have
Liviana,
anything to do with this. I think they're punishing you for not making it to midweek.
Giovanna Liviana, Nick, the next time you have a story with Irish or Gaelic names or words, I'll tell you how to pronounce them correctly if you ask before the show.
What would be the fun in that?
And
That's like, I mean, have you ever seen us try and Forrest Gump our way through like an African or Asian name? It's great.
Yeah, we're pretty bad about that. It's right. So it says, save Jeff's liver, donate for sunburn slaps instead of death shots. You know what? Before we're gonna have to get Ben on. We're gonna have to nix the rest of the news, I think, to get Ben on.
Well, actually,
time.
you know what? Well, let's talk with Ben about this this third piece here.
We will, yeah.
If we can, because I do want to reference that fourth piece I sent.
So this is my arm right now, right? So like that horrible fucking tattoo that I got a million
Was
years
somebody
ago.
resting their dick on like your shoulder while you
No.
were taking a nap?
This is what happened. I was drunk and I was like, oh fuck, I'm getting wasted and the sun's out. I better make sure I put on some fucking sunscreen. So I grabbed the spray and I was like, I gotta make sure I get my shoulders because my shoulders burn really easily. And I went, psst, got it. And that's...
Oh shit, I can actually tell. I can't really see it that well. I can see it, but I can see it's like your white balance is fucked. So it's probably a bit redder than it looks right now.
It's so,
at least to me.
Fucking bad, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, well, they were discussing it in the Discord beforehand that because you destroyed your body so thoroughly at Burning Man there, that instead of kicking in towards death shots, that they'd kick money in to get you to slap your own sunburns.
Maybe I will. Maybe I will. We'll see.
He's gonna get skin cancer just trying to avoid those death shots over the rest of the summer. He'll be like, "Hey guys, I spent the whole afternoon in the sun in my backyard. I'm brown as a fucking knot. I'll slap myself all day for money. How's this going?"
Bake myself just so I can avoid having to drink that toxic filth. All right, let's grab Ben. Let's do this shit.
I keep getting these notifications for like messages, but I'm not sure where they're coming from. Oh, okay, there he is. So exciting. Everyone's been so waiting for this too.
I know. Oh my god.
I know I have.
And there we go. Sweet. Welcome. It took a minute.
Yeah.
But we finally got you on.
Yeah, it took what, like 9 months, maybe?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
nice
like,
to be here. Thanks for having me on.
yeah, man, absolutely. No, we all do pretty much like the same kind of shit. So finding that way to like schedule it in is just a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Super. And you do 2 shows because you do Drunken Peasants, but you also do the Alter Perspective too.
Yeah, Ultra Perspective once a week, Drunken Peasants twice a week, and then a private show for each one once a month.
Yeah. He dances in those private shows. I was part of it last night. His dancing, this kid. Ooh, I didn't know. I mean, the strangest thing too is he built the stripper pole out of Legos, but somehow he makes it work. So.
Yeah, it's all technique.
It's about weight distribution. You got to keep it even and level. I like to think of myself as a Cirque du Soleil performer while I'm shaking my ass in a used car dealer's face.
Well, you what?
Am I alone in that? What?
What? Why specifically a used car dealership?
Because they tip the best, Jeff. We discussed this last time at Kilroy.
Man.
Oh, wait, you don't remember?
I don't remember
that guy was
anything from
Oracle.
Kilroy. Holy shit.
Yeah, well, the thing was, is the guy from Oracle, it was like, you thought it was going to be a 20, but it was just a 5 he stuffed in your G-string there, and you're like, what the fuck? And then we started talking about the best, wait a second. Maybe that wasn't you.
I don't think that was
I had a strange week, so that'd be fine.
Yeah. There were some weird people.
I want to let everyone know that's concerned out there that the hedgehog is indeed okay, too.
That's good.
So,
that was definitely something of concern.
We thought that Billy the Fridge may have accidentally sat on the hedgehog and that the hedgehog may have been embedded in Billy's ass somewhere. But no, she was fine. She was just hiding under something.
Turns out it was
Nick
simply a feral cat.
Bird.
A feral cat that just got in the window, and that's what went up Billy's ass, but no one was concerned because we couldn't find the owner.
Well, Nick almost squished a fucking bird at Kilroy.
I did. Well, honestly, I think what kicked that bird out of the nest was the fumes coming off of those 10 death shots which were poured. Oh yeah, no, not for all of us. We had a live audience going on at Kilroy there, so a bunch of people got up I want to try a death shot, and I'm looking at them after my first one's already gone down. I'm like, no, you don't. No, you really don't. But yeah, we all get up, and then as we take the shot, and I'm sitting on this couch, all of a sudden I go to lean back, and there's this squeaking, chirping thing, and it's a baby bird. A little baby bird fell out of a fucking palm tree and landed on the sofa behind me. So
our booze knocked a fucking baby bird out of its own nest. It was
holy shit.
Fucking nasty.
Fucking vapors from it.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
We plan on doing a stream from VidCon too. I don't know if it'll be at the level of what we normally do, but it'll probably be from mobile kind of thing.
Right.
So
from our experiences when you're trying to do on location shows from events, Anything from your own habits to the Wi-Fi will prevent that from happening. But we will be doing an exceptional Saints special because especially after last year, we've kind of worked the kinks out and put some more kinks in. So it's going to be a good fun time.
Sounds hot.
Nipple clamps,
Lots
motherfucking
of nipple clamps.
yeah.
That'll be the what's the fucking dress requirement? What's it called? The uniform. It'll be the uniform.
Right
if you
now-
want to be on the show, you got to wear nipple clamps.
Right now, Bunty King is watching at home, like, yes, finally a place I can do myself.
We
Yeah,
could
but
do,
no, we could do
we could do the Peasants and the Saints crossover naked chatterbait extravaganza.
Oh my
from
god!
from a jacuzzi to show that we really work hard. You know, we're not just out here in California having a good time and shit. Oh no, we're here to work. Hang on a second, I need to order another drink. Like,
Yeah.
just summon some random viner over and be like, "Hey, come here. It's time you pay your dues, 6-second superstar. Go get me another whiskey."
I guess I have to film an orgy between Billy, Pimp Monk, and Boogie. So
God damn, you know what that's gonna
I was
result
just
in?
watching that episode when I was driving out to this camp out, and that was dope as shit. Boogie is awesome, but I can't
he is
wait.
awesome.
That orgy will literally shake the ground.
Well, not only that, but think about this. Then the next time you have like a peasant's private show like that, you'll probably be able to introduce another one of Billy's bastard children.
Yeah.
That's always good. Yeah, got a little Maury Povich last night, Jeff. I know you.
He does. Yeah, Billy's illegitimate Canadian child was on there.
No fucking way.
Yeah, now he's a YouTuber no less too.
No shit.
Yeah,
That's wild.
he's pagan situations. They've got the same hair. They've got similar facial features.
Same genes.
Yeah.
Pagan situation.
Both of them have touched Pagan's mom's vagina. Hey, that's just empirical scientific truth, Jeff. I don't know if you want. After the show, I can explain how babies happen, but
Okay.
I mean, I think he had one, so I think he knows.
yeah, I hope so.
I kind of fumbled my way through it and everything. Yeah, but wait, so what's this? How many people have touched this woman's vagina? What are we talking about? What the fuck is going on? Just
No,
two.
she was pure when Billy found her, and then he ruined that, and now he's got a son to
Oh.
show for it. Yeah,
Wow.
Yep.
yeah,
And
I
he's a
feel-
pagan.
I
and he's a
feel like
pagan.
If you make love with Billy the Fridge, like I don't think you can come away from that without being completely changed as a human being.
Yeah, you'd be flatter for one thing.
Well, no, not
I
because
don't-
of that. Hey,
Love
Billy
you,
is a
Billy.
beautiful human being.
He is-
Beautiful human being.
Well, I think he's also. I mean, I've been like, if you follow him on Twitter, though, you see his he weighs himself in, but I can never tell if he's trying to lose weight or not.
He's trying to lose.
He is. Well, no, that's good. He's trying to lose because I mean, honestly, fuck it, let's just put him and Boogie in a race at this point. And I'm not even throwing shade with that. I'm like, fuck it, dude, guys, get healthy. But all the same, sometimes the way he frames it, it's almost like, man, I'm down 5 pounds. Fuck this shit. No one's gonna recognize me. Like, it's okay, dude.
I mean, okay, so he started this diet in after New Year's Eve. Like me and him went out for one last get wasted, one last for him, I should say. One last going out, get wasted, eat whatever you want, kind of fun nights. And then ever since then, he's kept a keto diet the entire time. And I would say when he started the diet, he was probably 570 pounds.
Wow.
So
And
now,
480 or something now. isn't he?
yes, he's lost almost 100 pounds.
No shit. What?
Good on you.
Yeah.
That's
We're gonna-
amazing, dude.
we're gonna end up
Congratulations,
having to-
Billy.
Yeah, we're gonna end up having to call him like Billy the camper cooler or something. If it keeps
The
going.
mini fridge.
The mini
Yeah.
fridge, Billy the dorm fridge.
Billy the freezer chest.
It's like, what? Why did they call you that, dude? Oh, because I'm going back to college. Van Wilder, fucking YouTube experience. There we go.
You know, oddly enough, when because Billy, he was friends with Leafy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Leafy used to live here in Seattle, and when Leafy moved from Seattle, he left a bunch of his stuff here, and Billy took some of it. So we actually have Leafy's mini fridge here in this room in our studio.
That's crazy.
We have a famous mini fridge.
Yeah.
Leafy never came back to YouTube either, did he? Like he's done.
No, he's sitting on millions. He doesn't. Dude, if I was sitting on like $2-3 million, I wouldn't even deal with YouTube shenanigans at all anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd treat YouTube as somebody who had fuck you money. That's what I'd do. I'd be like, it'd be like basically tweeting with notch, you know. You know, it's just one of those like, how can you say this thing? This video will never be monetized. Like, what's monetization? They still do that.
Yeah, who gives a shit? Yeah.
And so the rest of us are just scrapping for what we can get, because you know, it's the thing about being a devoted entertainer, right? You stick to your guns. You stick to them.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what we're doing here. We're sticking to guns because Jeff's gone off to fucking purge some of the foulness and the bile which is building up in his digestive tract right now. It's not even from things he ingested. It's simply from well, you go to Burning Man and you come away changed, viral infections and shit. I'm just saying he met a very nice boy who also offered to build him a porch. That's all.
Yeah, I've never been to actual Burning Man, but there's a thing that they do in New Mexico that's basically the same idea. It's called Zozobra, and they burn a giant effigy. It's like old man gloom. It's the same idea, and actually it's been going on longer as Burning Man, so I'm not sure what original legend all this is based off of, but
I think I know, and I think you know too. We've all seen Alex Jones' expose on Bohemian Grove.
Oh, the Bohemian Grove. Yeah. The Bilderbergs.
That's what it is. Burning Man is nothing more than a goddamn pagan festival. That's basically that's what we're dealing with. Except you know what he didn't include. I honestly I found The Wicker Man to be a better documentary about Bohemian Grove than his expose. But yeah,
Moloch, big owl statue.
Love that goddamn movie. Holy shit! Not the bees.
Honestly, there's going to be an entire generation that grows up with that GIF, not even knowing it was a film.
Oh yeah. I hope that's like the lasting legacy of Nicolas Cage. Like, there's so many awesome Nicolas Cage moments, especially like his older films from like the 80s and 90s. Terrible shit. But I really hope his lasting legacy is him screaming as people are pouring bees into his face.
I bet if he doesn't get to play any of the superhero characters that he's dreamed of, because like that's his thing. He's such a massive comic nerd that like he went and did Kick-Ass just so that he could play a superhero. He's been dying to do it. I'll say this much though, like, you know, as terrible as so many of his performances in films have been, there have been some that I enjoyed, and I can't throw too much shade at them. Con Air, The Rock, yeah, exactly.
But did you see Ghost Rider?
Ghost Rider, oh my god! Like, you know
both
what?
of them. There was two.
I didn't even see
there
the film.
was.
Yeah. Oh, you just need to watch Your Movie Sucks. He gives you everything you need to know about those. Adam takes it, but the thing is, though, here's like I do honestly have respect for Nick Cage because, for one thing, his birth name is Coppola. He gave that shit up because he didn't want to be a movie star based on his name. He wanted to be a movie star based on what it is he does, which is very strange.
He named himself after a comic book character, Cage.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
and
crazy.
I mean, like, you know what, like, you know, as an actor, I've done enough films to the point where I'm like, yeah, we can talk all the shit we like about Nick Cage, but it's kind of like Leafy because, like, you wish you had that kind of money, don't you?
Yeah.
And he still works too. The guy doesn't need to. So, like, the film, well, he does now because he's got that tax debt. But
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, you know, like the fact that he went and did Ghost Rider and it was as bad as it was, and everyone told him it was as bad as it was, and he was probably well aware of how bad it was, and then he went back and did another one because he's like, I just love playing Ghost Rider. I love the comic, and now I get to tell myself in the mirror each morning, you were fucking Ghost Rider. You were almost Superman, but you got to be Ghost Rider. That's pretty good, right?
And that Ghost Rider film that came out right before the modern incarnation of Marvel Studios and all of that.
Yeah.
So
well, that was around the time. Was that around when The Punisher with Thomas Jane came out?
Yeah, I want to say yes. I'll look it up.
That wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. Like that Punisher film. Like, Thomas Jane's a good actor. I enjoyed that.
I liked it. No, I liked it a lot.
I thought Travolta's super swank villain character was a little too much, you know?
That was the problem. The villains sucked ass, but Thomas Jane was great. Punisher was 2004, Ghost Rider was 2007. So
Okay,
yeah,
so
like
yeah.
3 years. Yeah.
Oh wait, so yeah, that was actually when that weird sequel that I never saw came out, or Punisher Warzone.
Have you guys seen the Dolph Lundgren Punisher?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh my god. It
I
was
loved that movie
amazing.
as a kid.
I love how he was dressed as the bad guy from The People Under the Stairs the whole time. It was like bondage gear without the mask. He shows up and kills a whole bunch of Yakuza, and then he's like, somebody wants a spanking. You
Yeah,
know?
I cannot fucking understand why they made a second Ghost Rider movie. It was so
No.
fucking bad.
I didn't
It's
even know it
probably-
existed.
Was it straight to video or
No, it came out in
theatrical?
theaters. It came out 4 years later. It still has Nicolas Cage and shit. It
I'll
has
tell you this one.
like some
How about
actual
this?
real actors in there. Idris
When
Elba's in it. Like
When did Ben Affleck's Daredevil come out?
Oh no, repressed
yeah.
memories.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Well, no, honestly, I mean, well, it's well, actually, it's not even a question. I was about to ask which
2003.
was worse, Affleck's Daredevil or Reynolds' Green Lantern. But Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern at least had Ryan Reynolds behind it, whereas
Right.
Affleck's Daredevil was like, I've always wanted to be Michael Keaton from the 1980s Batman films. But
I
it's
mean, like, it is a travesty how much better the Netflix Daredevil was. You know, like,
oh my god.
well, the Netflix
Netflix-
Daredevil was good, and you don't even need to compare it to that thing. You don't.
Yes, you do. No,
No,
you
you
don't.
don't. You really don't.
you
Because
do.
just as Ben was reminded, and he shuddered like he was like reliving a Me Too moment from that. It's one of those things where no, you don't have to compare that thing. I mean, it's like saying like, oh, I'm going to compare Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man to that '70s Spider-Man where they had like a 7-foot black guy playing Spider-Man
Oh,
and a 5'2" white guy playing Peter Parker, and we weren't supposed to notice. Like Captain
Right.
America shows up in a motorcycle helmet. Why the fuck not? It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, you don't need to compare that. But I think Electric Nuke had the best take on Daredevil, where he called him the lamest superhero ever because he's like, okay, so yeah, Iron Fist is going to take down an entire ancient order of Chinese mafiosos or whatever, and meanwhile Daredevil's going to go out and do his thing. So hey, all you hookers and bike thieves, you better watch out for the parkour master because he's coming.
okay. Which was worse? Which was worse? The Mortal Kombat films or the Street Fighter films?
Oh.
Well, there's only one
God.
Street Fighter film, wasn't there?
Was there only one? I thought they made a second one.
I
Yeah,
kind
they
of
didn't have Raul Julia and Van Damme in it. I
didn't.
don't count it. No, so it doesn't
Okay.
it doesn't count. That's like saying like what was better, like Power Rangers or what was, I can't even remember the name of the other one. The ones where like there was Cyber Squad or some shit. What was better, Power Rangers or Ultimate?
I want to say the Mortal Kombat movies were better, but they had Christopher. The first one had, which was probably the best one out of all of them, but it still sucked and will always suck because it had Christopher Lambert in it, and he is fucking terrible.
Yeah, but he's
terrible.
wonderful. At the
I
same
like the Highlander movies though, dude. I do like the Highlander movies. I'm sorry.
What was
I
that
can't do
film
it.
where he was
Can't-
in, he was
can't
in
do
that
it.
giant? No, there was that wonderful film where Christopher Lambert was in this giant like future tower prison,
Uh-huh.
and he wasn't allowed to think or dream because the prison was monitoring his thoughts, and then somehow uprising happened. It was wonderful. He had all these chances to like look dead into the camera with his squinty eyes and be like, dramatic line reading.
What we say, Ben?
You learn fucking
Where is
English
Christopher
phonetically.
Lambert from?
I think he's from France or some shit. I'm not really sure. He's
Is he like ambiguous like Tommy Wiseau, where like he has some kind of weird European accent, he's never admitted to it?
right,
I don't know.
right.
Almost like Ukrainians. Like, hey,
Yeah.
sounds this. I'll say this much though. I got to meet Adrian Paul
Okay,
one
okay.
time.
Hang on. He was born in Long Island, but when he was super young, no, seriously, when
That's
he was
a
2
New York
years
accent.
old, his father was a United Nations diplomat, and he got shipped off to Switzerland. So he grew up in Switzerland. So he's an American-born cracker with a weird Swiss accent that keeps filtering through.
And he played
Yeah.
such an excellent Scotsman, don't you think?
No.
I just like
I
the
am from the
Highlander
clan
stuff, I think.
MacLeod. As you can tell, I was from this clan from 400 years ago.
Yeah, and then Sean Connery shows up. He's like, "I'm Egyptian."
I'm from Egypt.
Yep.
I spent many years in Japan.
Fuck
learning how
Sean
You sound
Connery
like Deckard
as an
Cain.
Egyptian.
I fell
Stay
in
a
love with
while,
the
listen.
I fell in love with the princess there. Her dad was so pissed he gave me this sword and told me to fuck back off to Scotland, where I'm clearly from.
Okay,
That's
so-
why I'm called the Spaniard.
Okay.
There's a debate in your chat right now whether you should or should not reboot Highlander. It's a great
Ooh.
story.
It's a great story. It is. It's a great story. As long as Christopher Lambert is nowhere near it, I'll be happy. So on my way out to this camp out thing that I did, I watched the Boogie episode of DP, and on the way home, I watched the Adam from Your Movie Sex episode. And
Yeah.
you guys are talking about bad movies and, you know, really so bad that they're fun to watch, which I hope to God you're going to watch Fateful Findings, because that shit is, oh my God.
Mm.
Neil
I think
Breen.
that's the plan.
Neil
We'll
Breen
watch it
movies,
together, dude.
they're amazing. Absolutely amazing. But Christopher Lambert was in a movie that is so god-awful fucking bad, it's great. It's called Beowulf. And it's based on
God.
I know I made you watch it, didn't
No,
I?
I got a worse one, but you continue.
Okay. So Beowulf is the story of Beowulf, you know, the classic story, but it's set in a post-apocalyptic dystopian nightmare future where humans don't have electricity anymore, and they make like they wear armor, but they also have like weapons made out of junk and shit. And Christopher Lambert,
It's like a Kilo Wood movie.
yes,
It's like who killed Captain Alex with white people.
and Christopher Lambert has like blonde bleached fucking hair and shit, and he plays Beowulf, and the whole movie is basically like this: my name is Beowulf, and I'm a demon. I'm very moody, and then he does like 3 backflips for no fucking reason.
Yes.
The whole movie. That's the whole movie right there.
Oh no, there was a better one he made. I think it was, might have been called Vikings. I don't. He basically played like like a chieftain king of like a Viking tribe during. Oh yeah, he was playing Vercingetorix. That's who he was playing. He was playing Vercingetorix, who I believe was a Gaul or Viking like king.
Okay.
And the whole movie is basically just about how their army and their entire society sucked, and Rome just rolled over them and then gave them all these options to be like, hey, do you want to be your own kingdom? And you just pay a little tribute. And they're like, fuck you. And they're like, all right, we'll meet for battle. And then only Christopher Lambert and his army shows up, and the rest of like it just shows like the rest of the guys looking like Tolkien dwarves drinking in a tavern and fighting with each other.
Okay.
And then at the very end, Caesar is meeting with like Vercingetorix. And I guess it's loosely based on Roman history, but he meets with Vercingetorix and he's like, you have fought well. And I'm like, did we watch the same movie, Caesar? I don't think they did. And then he's like, I would make you a king of these lands. He's like, well, then accept my surrender. He's like, but I would make you a king, then accept the surrender of a king. I'm like, so you're making a whole movie about a guy who failed to defend against the Roman Empire because his own people were shit.
Oh my God.
You should make another Highlander movie, bud. Make Highlander 5, where you go into the past as an immortal from the future.
Now, he got his head cut off by the TV Highlander in the last one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, that reminds me, because I did
Duncan.
actually.
Yeah,
I did meet
Duncan.
Adrian. I got to meet Adrian Paul once, because like he makes his living now giving like sword fighting classes mainly.
Really?
And I
Wow.
shit you not. No, I mean like the guy is like a fucking. He's a straight up like you know, kendo fucking martial artist master, and that's like,
Oh, okay.
and he
That's
does
cool.
this thing now, making public appearances as, hey, you might remember me from that '90s Highlander show, and forget all my other work, please forget
I
all
have
my
to be
other work.
honest. I was a total Highlander fanboy.
Oh,
and
I loved it.
Every movie that I was old enough to see in the theaters, I saw.
Well, here's
Like-
here's a little insight as to like where his star has fallen to. So this was at New Hampshire's Comic Con called Granite Con. Yeah, it's pretty awful. I brought my kid there. I brought my daughter. She loved it because she met all these comic book creators, and they're like, "Here's how you make comics. You should make comics, no matter what. Never stop drawing." I'm like, "I like you. Okay, hey, honey, let's go over here." She met the original voice of Gem and the Holograms. She was a lovely woman. Like, here, sweetie, you're so cute. Have some signed pictures. We go up to Adrian Paul. Kid's got no fucking clue who this dude is, right? She couldn't give a shit. But there was no line to see him. He was sitting at one of those like desktop tables.
That's how Sorbo is. Every time I see Sorbo at like a con, that's how it is with him too.
Oh, no.
Here was the worst thing though, is because I was there. I was covering it for. I was gonna write an article for The Escapist on GraniteCon, but it was just too sad to write about. I still got press credentials, which is great because I just showed up.
GraniteCon sounds like the Flintstones fan convention. Anyway, go on.
Dude, yeah. Well, I get up there to Adrian Paul, like I beat the line of nobody, and I get up there and we're chatting. I'm like, oh shit, dude. I used to love that. I used to watch that. I used to watch your show every fucking day I could, and all the reruns and everything. It was great. Da 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 da. I'm like, hey, could I get like a promo photo for the article? And his like publicist steps in. That'll be $25. And I looked at him, and he's just like, yep. And I'm thinking like, who the fuck do you think you are, Christopher Lambert?
No, you know who he is? You know who he is? Broke. That's why. That's because, you know. Well, and the thing is, too, the saddest one, I've been to a few different cons, and you always have those, like, come up and meet a celebrity, they're sitting at the fucking booth, or at a table and whatnot, and sometimes they're just sitting there by themselves waiting because nobody cares. The one that was actually the most soul-crushing for me was Deep Roy. The guy who played the Oompa Loompa in the remake of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh.
The midget dude? Yeah, and it was only soul crushing because he's so small. And he was very sad and all by himself. I felt terrible. But I was gonna give him $25.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is I mean, no, he ought to pay you, Jeff, because I mean, you know, well, actually, no, he could have called it even because it would have been an opportunity for you to feel really tall in front of another man.
I think Jeff might be a little taller than me.
Yes.
Maybe
maybe half an inch or something like that. Yeah.
Well, it's no, it's a funny thing because in like this in the Saints fandom, in the Saints Discord especially, like for the longest time, everyone had this notion that he was taller than I am.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, we get like fan art where like Jeff's got like a solid 5 inches in height on me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
the fuck, guys, come on! I'm like almost 6 feet tall. So close.
You're only like 2 inches taller than me. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 2 inches from, you know, way up on high looks a lot shorter than when you're looking up.
I have noticed though, the internet is like obsessed with people's heights. Like super mad obsessed. Like people think Sargon is super short. He's not. He's average height dude. Like
5'6", 5'7".
No. He's only like an inch shorter than me, and I'm 5'9".
I just want to ask him what it was like to work with Tim Allen all those years.
Yeah. You know.
There's a reason he got so embittered against you know, big famous media people pushing their agendas, because he was constantly getting electrocuted by Tim Allen, and he didn't even give him any coke for his trouble.
Right.
Hey, Tim L, how's it going, dude? Listen, if you want, you can come on. Oh, by the way, this episode of YouTube Saints brought to you by Tool Time. Tool Time, catch it 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 20 years ago, every Thursday night on NBC. If you can find it on your Roku, throw your Roku out.
How unnecessary was it on that show to have for them to have 3 kids in that show? Because all of
did you ever see his wife? Did you see that fine looking woman? You telling me you wouldn't just be burying your rod all up in that? You wouldn't be driving your drive shaft all up in that wheel well day after day?
They could have easily had just had one son and had that like character archetype be the same in every episode. They didn't need 3 different kids.
Well, you know, no. I think the problem was because it was from the 90s, right? If it was like modern day, they'd have put one kid in there just so they could make the gag with that kid that he's like neurotic as fuck because of who his parents are and he's got no siblings. Instead, we just got to see those actors melt down over time. Like, where the fuck is Jonathan Taylor Thomas now?
Okay. Here's a challenge for you guys.
Managing a Waffle House.
Can you name the 3 names of the sons in Home Improvement?
Jonathan, Taylor, and Thomas, right?
Okay, one of them's name was Randy.
Mm-hmm.
Randy? Was it?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah. Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
One
of
them was Mark. One of them was Mark.
Mm-hmm.
The other one was.
And the other one's name
the really
was...
annoying one. The really annoying one.
Methuselah.
No.
Was his name like Ty or something like that?
No. It was, but it's like it's a very kind of cliche, kind of like it's
Brian.
Brad. It was Brad.
Brad. I knew it was something like that.
Yep.
Well, I got 2 of them.
Yeah. That's
Fuck
wild,
you,
man.
Brad. Where are you now? Oh wait, probably still collecting residuals from Tool Time there, or from Home Improvement.
That kid?
What
the fuck? What the fuck? No way. There's no way he grew up to look like that. Holy shit. Okay, hang on. No, I gotta show this.
He's either exceptionally good looking now, or he's like fucking disgustingly obese or something now. It's one or the other.
I'm gonna send it to you guys right here, and then I'm gonna bring us back and show.
You know, I see it. I see it. Only he's like 40 now. I mean, whatever.
Hang on, is this the young one or the?
No, he was the oldest one.
Because the youngest one, it was funny because the youngest one, because this was in the 90s when it was still.
He turned goth.
Thing. Well, he turned what? The one we're talking about?
The youngest one ended up turning goth. Like,
the youngest one also came out as gay, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, he's so brave!" And it's like, we're on the tail end of the 90s. Yeah, he's kind of still brave. Whoa, what the fuck?
That's fucking crazy, man.
Holy shit. You know that dude drinks like loads of Monster and probably has decals over his truck that has a bunch of dualies on it.
Just drink, bro.
Right now.
Yeah. God damn, that's weird.
Yeah. No, he looks like he looks like the kind of guy who runs like a general contractor crew, and like he keeps having to fire like the day laborers because they keep making Tool Time jokes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, he really doesn't look that different, only like 25 years older.
Yeah,
sure.
He looks like an ordinary dude.
I remember distinctly when I would watch that show when I was a kid, and I saw that kid. I always thought he looked like such a douche, such a prick. Hated the kid. Looked like the kind of kid that I would really not get along with in school at all. And then to see
kind of kid who was like his favorite wrestler was the Ultimate Warrior, and he'd never let you hear the end of it.
That was my favorite wrestler, Nick. Actually,
not surprised.
Dig your acres into my bones.
Put the fuel in the rocket ship.
Did you have a blonde mullet though, Jeff?
Me? Huh? No.
Did you have that indoor, like that garage hockey set where it was like hover hockey, where it was this big old hovercraft thing you batted around with hockey sticks? Y'all remember that, right?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Only 90s kids will get this joke. By the way, this episode of the YouTube Saints brought to you by 90s kids. If you weren't a 90s kid, I don't know. You grew up another time.
Fuck. All right, I'm gonna read some fucking super chats real quick. Jesus.
Go ahead.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna bang through some of these super chats real quick.
Yeah. Let's see. Snubber 13. I don't know what a sunburn slap is, but here's towards it. All right, fine, fuck it. Ow. Mike Hunt, shekels because you suck. You're welcome. Thank you very much, Mike Hunt.
Your cunt?
Mike Hunt.
You have a cunt, Jeff?
I have quite a few cunts. They're mostly in the freezer, though.
Most people say that's me, but okay.
I love how you beat Joe in a game of gay chicken. Do you realize how fucking rare that is?
Did I really? Because you know I don't remember that night.
Oh my god. Okay, so
yeah, us with some stories.
Okay, come on.
But before you read any more super chats, okay, Joe is totally straight, but he's known for like acting gay to the point where people get uncomfortable and then they just like totally give in to him.
Right.
So he was trying to do that with you. He went into the bathroom in my hotel room and got totally naked and got in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Yeah, Jeff, why don't you?" He was trying to do gay chicken with you. He's like, "Yeah, Jeff, why don't you get in with me?" So you get totally naked, walk into the bathroom, and close the door behind you. And then Joe's like, "Dude, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Ah!"
What is this shit? Hang on a second. So Jeff's pulling this shit, yet he's like giving me crap because after I maybe had a melange with a fan at Kilroy and he had to walk through the fucking the fucking bedroom to the hotel room and he saw my dong hanging out and he was like, "Oh my god!" Like, dude. Apparently, apparently you're getting butt ass naked, jumping in the shower with other dudes just to prove that they're more gay than they think they are.
It wasn't a ploy. We docked. We totally docked.
We bonded.
We did.
In that he was scarred and he'll never forget it. And when people remind me, I still think it's funny.
We took the ends of our penises and made them kiss.
Ooh.
Anyway, that's a joke, just in case my dad's watching. Dad.
Yeah, right now, like Chris Reagan's watching this, and he's like, "Lacey, is it too late to rebook our Airbnb reservations?"
Let's talk about. Let's talk about. So Jeff. Okay, me and Jeff were drinking all day, like afternoon drinking. Like, I felt pretty drunk, but then Jeff's like, I need a bottle of whiskey. I'm like, okay. So he goes and buys a bottle of whiskey, and I probably have
a liter when he planned. Just get a fifth.
I probably had like 3 shots of this bottle of whiskey. 30 minutes later, the bottle of whiskey's totally fucking gone, and he drank the rest of it. So then we go over to Billy's hotel room. And Joe's sitting there watching TV by himself, and there's someone in the bathroom, and Joe's like, "Oh, Billy's in the shower." Well, Jeff hears Stevie's in the shower, which is Joe's girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So Joe's like, "Oh," or Jeff's like, "Oh, He opens the fucking door, and it's naked ass Billy in the fridge standing there.
Yeah.
And Jeff.
Yeah.
And knowing Jeff, he probably had one of those moments like, well, I've come this far.
No.
Come on, Billy.
Been there.
We can scrub each other's backs.
He was thinking it was a hot naked chick, but it wasn't.
No.
But
it was a hot naked man.
It was still glorious, I'm sure.
Man, I don't know what the fuck I do to myself. I'm a fucking wreck. Let's see.
Me too.
Yeah. It's kind of fun though. Let's see.
We get along so well, and we literally always have a good time, no matter what.
And yet, every time we hang out, Ben, we get in fucking trouble. Every time.
I'm the one with the reputation.
God damn it. VidCon is gonna be fucked up, man. Fucked up.
Oh, Ben was making plans he probably forgot about last night. So
yeah, I forgot.
Well, I mean, he was distracted with hedgehog care, so it's understandable.
What were the plans?
Well, I think we were going to adopt some varmints.
Oh, okay.
Adopt some varmints. Okay. All right, Giovanna Liviana, the fun in it would be avoiding me berating you for saying it wrong. Okay, fair enough.
Oh, she's talking about me with the Irish names.
Oh yeah. Mike Hunt says is wet for Worski. My cunt is wet for Worski, apparently. Most people don't know that, but it is very true. My cunt is wet for Worski. Noble Yeti.
Well, I mean, Ireland just legalized abortion, so maybe there's someone from Donegal who's like, I was in the minority, but I'd still kill that shit in a minute.
I hope you guys enjoy fucking clipping that shit out, you goys. Noble Yeti, new merch, Saints nipple / tank clamps. Hey, yeah. My cunt says, hey, I literally have no content of character. Check out my 360 cam. It's awesome, right, bro? Best money ever spent. I gotta tell you, man, I agree with you. 360 cams are awesome. Super
Your
awesome.
cunt is very articulate.
No, I know.
My cunt can speak leads.
I think his cunt would agree with me, though, and that the biggest problem with that is there are just not enough degrees. We need more. We need more. I mean, honestly, like, you go from 90 to 360, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, how many more can I pile on? But I mean, that was a kind of garbled message. So if they want to throw more money to explain themselves further, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. Brett Master PBJ, Nick Cage Ghost Rider was funny, but his fake Batman was great. I agree. I actually think, okay, this might be an unpopular opinion. I don't really actually know. We've had these awesome Batman movies come out, like the Christopher Nolan ones. Awesome movies. But the Christian Bale Batman was bad. He was bad. He wasn't a good Batman. He was terrible. So I do think that Nicolas Cage probably played the best Batman in like the past 20 years.
He was.
So you just mean like as performing as an actor, you think he was terrible?
Yeah, awful. Just fucking awful. He wasn't a good Bruce Wayne, and he wasn't a good Batman at all.
I thought it's Bruce. I thought his Bruce Wayne kind of worked, but I thought like my biggest issue with his Batman, because like there's two things to Batman. Well, there's three things to Batman. There's him like being, cryptic when he's in a scene talking with someone. There's him being a great detective, and then there's him beating the shit out of bad guys. He beat the shit out of bad guys pretty well, and I like that like Nolan put the realism in there to like, especially in the third movie when he's like, you have no cartilage left in your knees. Like, yeah, that's what would happen if you managed to pull that shit off.
That's fair.
But that voice that he used, like, why did you do that? Like,
it was like Clint Eastwood or something.
It besmirched the good name of Clint Eastwood with that. That voice was so.
He already besmirched his own name when he had a monologue with a chair.
Oh God!
As an actor, I can respect that because, like, that takes. I mean, that's the kind of thing you do in a method class. You don't do it at the RNC convention.
Yeah.
Just a thing.
Yeah, okay,
like,
let's.
Hey, everybody, we're gonna do a bit of an improv exercise right now. It's great. It's called Hitchhiker. I need 12 people to come up here and play this game with me for 15 minutes. No, you don't do that.
What were you saying, Ben?
Let's stack rank the Batmans from worst to best. Who's at the bottom? Official Batmans. I say Ben Affleck is the worst Batman.
I disagree. Don't think so.
And then I would say George Clooney. And then I would say Val Kilmer and then Christian Bale and then Michael Keaton.
Oh, Michael Keaton is obviously the best.
Oh shit,
he's still the
best. And I forgot Adam West in there. I'll put Adam West like.
No, Adam West gets to hover above the rankings on his own because
he's legacy. He's legacy.
He's not just legacy, but I mean, if you watch those Batman cartoons, like those, I call them cartoons because that's what they look like. But if you watch those old shows, you're not watching that for a Batman detective ass kicking show. You're watching that because it's a goofy as fuck 60s comedy.
I would say that Batfleck is actually not really that bad, and he's below Kilmer, but he's above Clooney.
Batman's better than his Bruce Wayne.
He's above Clooney. He's way better than Clooney. Clooney was so fucking bad. But
I would go, I'd go Kilmer, Clooney, Affleck. And the thing with Affleck is he's kind of got that Nicolas Cage thing, like you see how fucking much he wants it. That it's just like, oh man, it's like
you put Kilmer at the bottom.
I did, not because I didn't like his performance, but just because like it was this one-off thing, and it just didn't work for me. I love Kilmer's work, but as Batman, costume, he's too swarthy for Batman, and he's too upbeat for Bruce Wayne. He just didn't fit the fucking character. Like Clooney can play a fucking jaded-ish kind of fucking billionaire, right?
I would easily put Val Kilmer over George Clooney as Batman.
Yeah, like Clooney was nothing but like a cartoon character at that point. You know, he's like
the Bat card, the Bat American Express card that he had.
That's right. That's right. So
I still get hung up on the fact that like so.
And they
after,
you can't just have the card. No, they have to do the dramatic fucking camera pan, like, you know, like that was the dumbest shit. It wasn't just that he had an unlimited Batman credit card; it's how they filmed it too.
But I mean, that was the same.
Almost
movie,
made me puke. It was so bad.
Well, so we're supposed to be coming off of the Michael Keaton years, which we're recovering from, right? And those were wonderful. And it was like Batman was Batman. Bruce Wayne was a secret identity. And then this one, it's like Batman and Robin show up to a fundraiser. Yeah. What the fuck? No. I mean, at least like Nolan was like, he was trying to explore what it would be like if a billionaire with ninja training decided to become the Dark Knight. Because one of those things, like even Alfred, I mean, like honestly, like Michael Caine was probably the best part of most of that franchise anyway, with the exception of Heath Ledger, who just killed it. And then, but anytime Michael Caine walks on screen, you're like, oh, thank God, I get to watch Michael Caine talk now. I don't care what he's saying, just Michael Caine.
The crazy thing about Michael Keaton as Batman is no one saw that shit coming. He was a comedic actor. Before that, his big hit was Mr. Mom, and then he had done Beetlejuice right before that.
Right.
He was a comedy guy.
And that's weird for us too, who grew up with him as Batman and as a serious actor, because he got other serious roles and he did a really good job with them. But yeah, it would, like, to look at what he really does, and then when he'd show up in a comedy like Multiplicity, it's like, what the fuck, Michael Keaton in a comedy? That's weird. And then you find out, no, that's his thing. He's a comic actor.
Yeah. Mr. Mom is a great movie. That was his first like big hit.
Oh, what was his show? He had a show before then too. He had like a sitcom.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, I can't think of it though. But yeah, he was in drag and that shit. It was a wild New York sitcom. And yeah, he's a trained comedian. He's a trained sketch comedy actor. And then but I mean, you saw Birdman, right?
Yeah. I saw that film where he plays the guy who was responsible for McDonald's becoming the multi-billion-dollar industry that it
Founder.
is.
That was a good movie.
Yes.
Like that was one of the most like Mission Creep style fucking character developments ever, because by the time he turns into a fucking piece of shit, you like him too much.
Yeah.
And you can't even ask, why are you doing this? Like, wait, no, I get it. This is just uncomfortable to watch. Yep. It was such a good movie. I mean, that's the thing. But yeah, getting back to Batman though, yeah, I rank Kilmer below Clooney because Clooney could pull it off as a blank slate with the Batman sprayed on him with a stencil, whereas Val Kilmer I felt was he was Val Kilmer. You know, he was upbeat, he was bright and sunny, even that blonde hair and all that shit. I never got that feeling of like dark, like brooding Batman from him.
That film with Val Kilmer, and then they had Jim Carrey playing the Riddler. That was magic at the time. Like, maybe I haven't watched it in forever, so maybe if I watch it now, it's dated.
It bothered me when it came out, and I remember it bothering me when it came out because I loved Batman for how fucking dark it was. Even the Keaton time was dark and fucking gritty. I mean, Batman too. Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, like Batman Returns,
before Tim Burton
he was straight up killing Penguin's crew,
right, at
one point. And he wasn't like doing it in the non-Batman style. Like he's not like Affleck gunning people down with miniguns from the air.
You know,
he's like, you know, oh, you've got a bomb now. Now you're wearing it. No, fuck off.
Do you know why? You know why they had so many different actors playing Batman back then is because for that franchise of Batman films, the person playing the main antagonist was always a way bigger star and made way more money than whoever played Batman.
That's right.
At that point.
Yep.
Jack Nicholson, Michelle Pfeiffer, Danny DeVito, Jim Carrey, at the time the highest paid actor in Hollywood, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Every single time. You know, I knew right away, like, okay, so Batman Forever, it's kind of dated. It didn't really age very well, but I remember when I was watching it, the reason why I didn't like it immediately when the movie started was Two-Face's crew are coming in, and they're like doing some crazy ass shit and whatnot, but they have Tommy guns, and there's fucking EL wire. They have glowing glowing lights, so they're fucking the drums of their Tommy guns, and I'm like, why? What? And that fucking 9-year-old me is like, why is this happening? No.
You know what blew my mind about that though, and that whole gaudy, over-the-top thing they had, because even like the redesign of the Batmobile, so the thing's glowing with tiger stripes. You know, like why the Batmobile is black for a fucking reason,
right?
But the thing is like what really shocked me is when I found out who Joel Schumacher actually was, because he directed that, and this is the guy who directed A Time to Kill. Like his real forte are like heavy, beautiful pieces of dramatic cinema, and then they're like, hey, you want to do Batman? He's like, yeah, I'd love to do Batman. Burton did a really good job being true to form and true to himself. I'm going to do the opposite of that.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn this thing into a goddamn arcade show with neon lights fucking everywhere. Yeah. Did he do the one after? Did he do the I mean, because I see it as
Batman
two
and Robin.
Branches.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know who did that one. Let's find out. Batman.
He did that one. I mean, that's the thing. It's like that just shows that like even brilliant filmmakers can completely miss the mark because they don't understand.
That was Joel Schumacher too. Yeah.
Yeah, And he introduces Alicia Silverstone so she and Chris O'Donnell can ride motorcycles on
Thanks, Uncle
walkways
Alfred.
without arm bars.
With her weird fucking mouth. Anybody ever notice that? Alicia
Yeah,
Silverstone?
her mouth. You know what? Like, I was a teenage boy. I thought she was attractive, but yeah, when she talked, her mouth moved all like weird. Drew Barrymore does the same thing too.
Yeah, she does. She does.
Yep.
Like they're not actually human. Like they're these weird aliens trying to mimic how our mouths are supposed to work. Really throws me off. I don't like it.
By the way, I just got a text. Alicia Silverstone canceled for next week. So.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
I mean, she's a big fan of the show, but I mean, when you get made fun of like that,
She's got a PETA rally to go to.
You got roasted,
Right.
Silverstone.
Jables
Roasted.
Boogly says,
I'll be
"Hey
right back.
Ben." Oh, go
Gotta
for it.
reload.
All right. I'll read yours, Jables, once he gets back. Then, Giovanna Liviana says, "Apparently, you need lessons in Gaulish pronunciation too." Face palm. That's because Nick doesn't know how to pronounce things. It's fine. Anime Moon says,
In my shitty accents.
says, "I was just telling you about my weekend, Nick. By the way, that Bible my mom inherited from my grandmother. So think about that. What is this all about? Talking about a Bible?
Not entirely sure.
Anyway. Dude20 says patreon.com/astereo. See, okay. This is the funny thing, too, is we do every now and get, like, really weird super chats or, like, references towards the Dick Show and whatnot. That night that I had that really crazy confrontation with Joe, we actually were on our way to go see Dick Masterson. I, unfortunately, did not make it. Didn't make it. I hung out with him the night before. Dick's a really nice guy. He's a pretty cool dude. But,
He'll get on the. He'll be on the show eventually.
Maybe. Whatever. Sergeant Buck says, "Fuck Kirkland Light. Someone get Nick a 2-liter bottle of that sweet Kirkland rum." Ooh.
What?
Kirkland rum.
If it's made by the same people, that's even better.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely Kirkland brand liquor. There is, for sure. Ben Mills says, "So Tommy Robinson." Yeah, Tommy Robinson is a major thing that's going on. You know, Tommy might be going to jail because he decided to report on something that politicians didn't want him to report on. But did you hear about that, Ben?
No, I have not.
Tommy Robinson, he's a kind of a political firebrand over in the UK. He's kind of got like some sketch. He's got like some sketch like connections to weird groups that he used to be a part of in the past. So it's kind of like
he helped. I think he helped found the EDL, but
Yeah,
then
yeah.
the EDL got too fucking weird for him, so he bowed out. And if that's not a sign that's like, okay, yeah, this like when white nationalism showed up, that's when he left.
right.
Because
He's in jail
thing
already.
was out of control.
Okay, so apparently what happened was he was reporting on some story about grooming gangs and shit like that in the UK, Islamic grooming gangs, and they arrested him. They hauled him off to jail. He's gonna be in there for a while.
Which ain't a good place to be if you ain't friendly with the Muslims.
It's true. Very
Yeah,
true.
I mean, I was hearing earlier. I think it was it was actually on the pre-show with Jables and Rimshi tonight. By the way, if you're not subscribed to the Lesser Saints of Discord, go and subscribe to them now.
You should.
But they were talking with a couple anonymous Englishmen, and like I think around 15% of their prison population are like violent Muslims. And
Are you fucking serious? Oh my god, dude.
If I heard correct, I was writing the ticker while I was listening, and then then shit posting in the chat.
That's wild.
Well, actually, I wasn't even shit posting. I was discussing fucking urban renewal public policy. But all the same, that if you've got like a 15% angry Muslim population and you dump Tommy fucking Robinson in there, that's I mean, I'm not big on martyrs, and but good God, yeah. I mean, if anything happens to Tommy Robinson while he's in Crown custody, for one thing, that will be
it's gonna be
riots
in
the streets of England.
Powder keg for sure. Like, you don't want to put that guy in jail. It's the wrong person to put in jail. Jables Boogly says...
he honestly didn't do nothing.
Jables Boogly says, "Hey, Ben, sorry about being a drunken retard when I met you last time Jeff was in Seattle. That was a cool little diner we went to, though. What was the name of that place that we went for food?"
It's called the 5 Point.
5 Points? Yeah, 5 Points Diner. Yeah. That was great.
Yeah. You don't have no one. Okay, I am the last person you want to apologize to for being drunk and belligerent with. I mean, like, I have to forgive you. Like, I don't necessarily remember exactly what happened between us, but
give him on principle.
Yeah, on principle, because I'm sure I've been worse.
Probably.
So there you go.
At some
I'm
point.
always charming as fuck when I'm hammered, and anyone who's been around me when I'm hammered can attest to that. But
anyway, so
wait,
my
Ben, just wait.
My cunt says, "Good sport, Jeff. Kudos. Hey, cheers to you, buddy." Mr. Captain Snacks, does Icy Wiener stand for Isaac Cole Wiener? Is Isaac Cole Wiener a real person?
I hope so.
I hope so too.
I mean, there's nearly 8 billion of us. I figure there's got to be at least one of them.
Mm-hmm. Spectacular Wanderer, Best Batman, Lewis G. Wilson, and Robert Lowry. Rest in peace. Who the fuck is that? Lewis G.
Probably
Wilson.
the people who played Batman like way back in the early days of cinema.
Probably.
Or,
Yeah.
Yeah, 1943 Batman. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I've watched those old films too. It's like I mean, whatever. I
Have you
can't
guys
even get
seen
into
the
it.
kind of fan fiction that's out there right now? Oh fuck, dude! So many people. No, there was actually. Well, it's funny. One of the things, and it's not to throw shade at a fucking local production because I haven't seen the film, but there was a very energetically produced Batman fan film done in Boston. This was back like 2014, just after I moved back up. And so
Right.
I'm always looking at like castings in Boston, and I keep seeing this Batman thing cropping up. Yeah, and it was just some dude, like he fucking loves Batman, so he produced what was probably the equivalent of about a $20,000 film. So he could play Batman in his own Batman story.
Isn't there an actual superhero in Seattle?
Yes.
What's his
Phoenix
name?
Jones.
Phoenix. That's right. Phoenix fucking Jones. That's right. Is he still active? Does he still do shit? Or?
Yeah. I'll tell you what. He's also an MMA fighter, and it's hilarious because like people will be like, "Fuck you, dude. You're not a real superhero." And he'll like, there's a video of him beating the shit out of this one guy that
He's
tried
not
to
a
step to him.
superhero, but I guess if he's going out and saving people and beating bad guys up, that qualifies him as a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild. Like somebody was like, "Fuck you, dude. You don't know how to do shit." Blah blah blah, and he just fucking wrecked him.
And I guess we have this old law here where like it's called like the mutual combat law, where if two people agree to fight and a police officer's there, the police
mutual combatant status. And
that's what happened. These two guys fought, and all that happened was Phoenix Jones kicked this dude's legs multiple times as hard as he could, and when the guy could barely walk anymore, then Phoenix Jones went in for the kill and knocked this dude out easily.
No, that's like if you take a real martial artist, there's like brawlers, do like flat brimmer fighters, bar fighters.
Yeah.
They always just come punch this dude in the face, and all they try and do is punch in the face. But then you see somebody who's been trained in combat, and they go up and they're like, "All right, I'm gonna fuck their midsection and their fucking kneecap and their knees up," and it's like, "Oh, they can't stand or stand up straight. Are you done? Are you fucking?" No, usually it's just I mean, last time I saw a brawler fight, a guy took dude to the ground, had him pinned, right? Had him down, could have ground and pounded all day. You know what he does? Double fish hooks.
What is that?
He fucking put his fingers in the guy's mouth and gave him fucking fish hooks.
Ugh.
He gave this dude fish hooks while he had him pinned to the ground. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this town? Maybe Miss Philadelphia. I mean, in New Orleans, they'd have the decency to stab each other. In Philly, they just punch. But here, this like dude who clearly owned what I'm gonna guess is like a landscaping company or something. He was like brown as a knot with Guy Fieri hair and a sleeveless fucking tank. Yeah, they spilled around, and I see he's like throwing good shots for a brawler. He's bang in the face a couple times, knocks kid up a little bit, and then they grapple, spin around, and he brings him down to the fuck. I actually have the video still, I think. He brings him down to the fucking ground, and then I'm like, "Yep, all right, ground and pound time." I'm expecting him to start wailing on him. No, he just grabs his fucking cheeks from the inside and starts pulling his mouth.
What a jerk!
Oh fuck!
Yeah, it's like, are you trying to beat this dude up, or are you trying to turn him into like your like little baby slave or something?
One thing, like when I was in high school, we learned really quick that Whenever there was a fight, if one of those people involved in that fight was on the wrestling team, the wrestler would win almost every time.
Every fucking time. Every time.
They were built like tanks, and they know how to get the guy on the ground. It doesn't matter how hard of a punch you can throw when you're on your back.
Right.
You know, the ground game is how MMA usually works, unless it's some stellar fucking knockout. That's why. Actually, a friend of mine. This is neat because Jeff, you remember I told you that I told them my friend who was working crew event to try and get Tyler the Creator to come on the show like he said he would.
Right.
Yeah. But well, apparently, so she's working crew, stage crew, and apparently, like before this set, when Tyler's just hanging out, he goes back to the crew and he's like, "Anyone want to wrestle?" Yo,
Tyler the Creator does?
Tyler the Creator went and asked my friend and like the crew she was working on, "Yo, any of y'all want to wrestle before I go on?"
What? Just randomly?
Yeah, he was bored. Yeah, well, I mean, the dude doesn't drink. The dude doesn't drink or smoke or anything like that. He occasionally does blow, I guess. But yeah, so he's just like a wild weirdo, and he just wanted to wrestle with some like stagehand crew before the show.
Man, I want to fucking hang out with that dude so bad.
Yeah, well, I asked her, I'm like, "Did you say yet?" And she's like, "No, I had work to do." I'm like, "Fuck that job!" Like that's a bucket list life story style shit. Like someone's like, "Oh yeah, one time like Tyler signed this CD," or like, "Yeah, one time I met Eminem." It's like, "Fuck you! I wrestled with Tyler the Creator on Boston Common."
Yeah, yeah, that's the shit right there.
That's how you live.
All right, real quick, Serene Kuche. Finally, someone noticed that Drew Barrymore was the actual alien in E.T. The truth is out there. We must
her
ban
weird fucking mouth, and she married Tom Green. Come on.
I know, what the fuck is that? We must band together to defeat the Shadow Masters. Her house burned down.
Yeah, when Drew Barrymore and Tom Green were married, they had this beautiful house in like Hollywood, and it burned down.
Oh wow, that sucks.
Yeah.
E.T. went back on Showtime and they bought another one.
Gonzo Duke asks, "Hey Ben, would you ever stalk Anita Sarkeesian again?"
I never stalked her. I was in a public establishment for over an hour playing board games when Anita Sarkeesian came in. I was like, "Holy fuck, Anita Sarkeesian just came in." You know, but I acted really calm. She sat at a table behind me. I took a picture of Anita Sarkeesian playing a game over my shoulder. And then I got up and left once I finished my food and my drinks and the games were done. And then when I went home, I posted the photo on Twitter.
Wasted opportunity, Ben.
She was stalking you. She was
wasted opportunity.
Wasted opportunity to what, though? I mean, like, I didn't want to say anything.
No, you took a picture over her shoulder, but if you had gotten up, right, and you'd fixed your hair and tried to look like you were, like, you know, a sloppy-looking dude who's trying to be presentable, a la a male feminist, and you gone up to her, and you said, "Oh, my God, Anita Sarkeesian. Oh, shit, can I get a picture with you, please?" Probably would have been down for it. And then you could have had a picture with yourself and Anita, and that could be your Twitter profile picture today.
Here's the only problem with that. At the time, I was anonymous. Like I was facially anonymous at the time.
Still wearing the mask and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
See, this is the thing. So many debates, so many arguments, so much concern over online anonymity. But the truth is that the cost is higher than you can imagine. Ben could have a picture of himself and Anita Sarkeesian sitting at a game board and a table together, smiling, with his arm hover handing around her as is appropriate for that
hover hand.
Hover handing around Anita Sarkeesian. You could have that, like you said.
That would have been even more creepy. Okay, I don't give a fuck. When you're a celebrity of any stature and you're out in public, people are going to take pictures of you.
Yep.
And she, at the time, she was on like major news shows, like primetime network news shows. She was everywhere. She was a celebrity. Okay. Mm-hmm. She had a lot of detractors.
She's about to open a fucking like bouquet fucking Discord server, $25,000 in Discord server. That's gonna be a crazy good server.
Did you hear about that?
Can I now charge everyone in my Discord servers $25
we
total?
Tried, it doesn't work.
Have you not heard about that though,
They just sent clown porn to you.
Did you not hear about that? That's so wild. Okay, so she's doing another round of trying to get money for Feminist Frequency to like do what she does.
Ordinary internet shit that costs nothing.
And one of the stretch goals is if they hit $25,000, and they did, then they'll open a Discord server for fans.
You know what? in Seattle. No
So
lie.
brave. So brave.
I'm so excited because who's gonna want to raid that Discord server?
I was in a parking lot at a local Fred Meyer.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm about to sneeze. I was in a parking lot at a local Fred Meyer, and I parked next to a car that had a Feminist Frequency bumper sticker. No lie.
I would have waited for it to come out, and I'd have been like, "Bro, where'd you get that? Oh my God, where'd it come from?"
I love Anita.
That.
Did you see me and Billy? We were.
We do love Anita. We love Anita more than her fans do because I mean, before like the cow boards were a thing, before lolcow was a thing, Anita Sarkeesian was a thing unto herself that gave us all a very like crisp and contrasted avatar as to what you don't want to be on the fucking internet. I mean, she's making a killing doing it, but she is the gift that keeps on fucking giving. $25,000 to open a Discord server. Now, I understand that maybe she doesn't get how the internet things work, and sometimes she needs to hire men to do it for her. But, $25,000, man. I wish I was the Discord mod in that one.
Yeah,
it's like, what do you do? $3,000 a month to ban everyone.
Were you going to talk about your public shaming?
Oh.
Is that still going on? Is that still a thing?
What from the Anita Sarkeesian thing?
No. You're public shaming because you were out with Ice Poseidon and what the fuck is the name of that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I was about to say that. In Capitol Hill in Seattle area, our pictures were posted everywhere and on like local Capitol Hill, Facebook groups.
Mm-hmm.
Billy the Fridge and me. There's a huge photo of me and Billy the Fridge, and then an extremely small photo of Ice Poseidon and Sam Pepper.
Sam Pepper, that's who it was. Yeah.
Posted everywhere.
Is Ice Poseidon a new Sam Pepper? Is that what that is?
No, Jesus Christ, Nick. No, Ice Poseidon is a very, very big YouTuber who does like he's notorious for like doing in real life streams.
He does like people. Tom Green shit, but on steroids, basically. Like it's more edgy type stuff. But he goes out.
That's why I've never seen any of his content. Okay.
He goes out in public and fucks with people, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's charming.
He
made $50,000 so far in the month of May. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, listen. I've dated strippers, so I know what certain professions.
Yeah, sure.
It's like how much
to do.
Well, no, dignity is worth its weight in quarters, apparently. So, yeah. So what happened to him though? So why was your picture? Did you go out and fuck with people in public? Did you make a statue of your dad beating your mom and then call it original?
This is good.
So Ice Poseidon and Sam Pepper, they do these RV trips. They're actually on one right now, but their first one that they ever took was up to Seattle. They have a live 24-hour RV cam, and then when they leave the RV cam, like literally you can go pull up the RV right now and see what they're doing in the RV. It's crazy.
Yep.
Like people who watch the Truman Show and then we're just like, I want to be that.
Yeah, it's fucked up because the RV cam usually has like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000 live viewers at any given time.
Massively.
Hang on.
Even when they're laying there sleeping.
Here's a fun point. Here's something like if you're watching out there, you can get good and depressed about this. There are live feeds from the space station and from active shuttle cams right now where you can look at shit going on in space. You can look at the Earth from space right now.
Beautiful.
But there are more people who would rather watch two jackasses sleep in an RV than who would rather see the planet live.
I was smoking perfectly legal tobacco in an RV with all the people that were here with Ice Poseidon, and there was like 12,000 people watching us just like sit around and do bullshit. Yep. It was the craziest thing ever. So anyway, these guys
like, I'm just joining the rest of you.
These guys come to town. Sam Pepper knows Billy the Fridge, so Billy the Fridge like hooks up with them, and Billy tells me to go meet them down in Capitol Hill. We go to Capitol Hill. Ice Poseidon and Sam Pepper, they both want to get haircuts, so we're looking for a barber. Okay.
Why didn't Billy?
Right. So Sam's the one live streaming, and at the time, probably like 15 plus thousand viewers at this time, maybe even as much as 30.
Yep.
I don't know. So we go to all these different barbershops. Every barbershop we walk into, the phone at this place just starts blowing up. Like hundreds of people start calling these businesses and saying wacky fucking crazy shit. Okay? So every place we walk into, they're like, no. Like we walked into like an almost empty barber shop, and they're like, no, well, sorry, we don't have any openings. Like they won't have anything to do with these guys. And Capitol Hill is the most SJW neighborhood in Seattle.
It really is. It really, really is.
And so we go into this coffee shop, and we're like, hey, is there a barber shop around here? And this woman with like her hair dyed pink comes outside and is like, she's trying to point us. She's being nice, you know, she's trying to point us like to different barbershops. And Ice Poseidon's like, no, you know what? I'm looking for a barbershop that's like, you know, like Ice Cube, you know, people get extensions, people get shot, people get weaves, that kind of thing. And she's like, well, that's kind of an uncomfortable stereotype, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue this conversation with you. And she starts walking away. And then Sam Pepper's like, how many genders are there? Like that. What? And we just like take off down the road. We get 3 blocks down the road. Next thing I know, this bitch. Okay, so Sam Pepper and Ice, they cross the street and they're talking to people on the other side of the street. Me and Billy the Fridge are still on the same side of the street. This bitch comes running up to us with her phone like, what were you saying about genders again? What were you saying about genders again? She's taking our picture. And then like Ice Poseidon and Sam Pepper like purposefully crossed the street to come and talk to this woman.
Oh yeah.
So she took their picture too. But on Facebook, the post, it makes it look like Billy and I are public enemy number 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well played.
Forever shamed. Forever shamed.
And like, I don't care because I don't know a lot of people here in Seattle. Right. And I'm not a public performer usually or anything like that. Billy is. So like it started trending. Beat up Billy the Fridge. Hashtag beat up Billy the Fridge.
Oh my God.
Oh, and hold on. Here's the kicker.
Luck, my son.
Here's the kicker. The group that this was trending in was a private Facebook group of bouncers that run the bouncing at all the clubs here.
No shit. Oh my God. Oh.
You've been a bouncer before, right?
Yeah, I was a bouncer for a while.
That's bad news.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty fucking bad. Oh my God. Poor Billy. What the shit, dude? And
we didn't do anything.
And he's the sweetest guy.
Yeah.
That's absolutely insane. That's fucking nuts.
Wow.
All right.
I mean, where's Tim Pool when we need him?
I know, right?
Expose. Stat.
Let me bust through these real quick, and then we'll get to our undersubbed. We got Amenthi. My friend once told me that he thought the blacklight paint bike gang in Batman and Robin was how real street gangs looked and behaved growing up. No shit. Makes sense. Sergeant Buck says, so what you're saying is that we need to direct Count Dankula's lost children towards the promised land of the Feminist Frequency Discord server. Oh my God. Oh my God. We send all the scatological fecal freaks over to the fucking... Oh no, that's terrible. Don't do that. Whatever you do...
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
I'm saying this in as much of a Vice.com voice as I can. Do not scat the fuck up Feminist Frequency. Don't do it.
We do not support that. Not at all.
No.
Not
the slightest.
OSCR says, is this the right time to come out? It's always the right time to come out, my friend. Anime Moon, put my previous 2 Streamlab donations into one post and the dankness will make sense. Oh no, are you gonna make me try and like make sense of shit? Okay.
The mom's vacuum thing? What's that?
I don't have a bad joke about my mother's death and funeral, but my brother and I did find her kami-encrusted dildos in the Catholic Holy Bible. Right on Jesus' face, no less. I'm just glad I wasn't the one touching it. Sorry, bro, you're the executor. I was just telling you about my weekend, Nick. By the way, that Bible, my mom inherited it from my grandmother, so think about that. Oh. Oh. Cummy encrusted dildos in the Catholic Holy Bible. Okay, god damn it. You know what?
Wow.
No.
I just posted in the Skype chat a link to the whole thing right there.
Yeah. Okay.
It's actually on Ice Poseidon's Reddit.
Limbo with 100 bones. Blessings, my dudes. Hey, dude, thank you so much. Let me grab this link really quick. But yeah, thank you, Limbo. That's cool. Appreciate you.
No comment? Nothing?
No, just said blessings, my dude.
Limbo, you're a fucking saint.
Oh, sweetheart. Absolute sweetheart.
Thank you, man.
All right, so let's go to the big screen with the guest here thing. What is this? Okay. No. I'm gonna bring it up. This is fucking great. This is amazing. Have you seen these men? What? Hang on, I gotta move it over a little bit. Watch out for these people. They came into Petty today with cameras asking, where is the black barber shop where chicks get weaves and people get shot? And how many genders are there? And other dumb statements like that. They're filming people's reactions and are very aggressive. Look at these fucking criminals right here.
Yeah, very aggressive.
Fucking mad lads right there.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be what we're gonna see in the next season of Gotham. Yeah.
Fuck.
Stepping up their game each season, and good God.
I didn't even realize I was doing this at the time, but a lot of people comment that I have my thumbs in my fists like this.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I think I'm cracking my knuckles.
That's part of your villain persona. You want, like, every time you smash an innocent feminist, lesbian, queer person of colors, transes, faces in with your hands, you want to suffer as they suffer. And that's the twist to your character.
It's just so fucked up because, like, it looks like me and Billy, like, our picture is by far the biggest, but the real troublemakers are in the lower right-hand corner, the guys with the camera and shit.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how that like public hate shit works, isn't it? But dumb fucks deciding to like pile on to like, oh my God, these are the villains.
She came up to me taking her picture. She's like, what the fuck were you guys saying about genders? I was like, that wasn't me. That was them.
You got to start like 5 Facebook groups, put a picture of her up and be like, beware of this barista. She won't leave you alone if you try and walk down the street.
Because she was like, what the fuck were you saying about genders? I was like, that wasn't me. That was those guys across the street over there. But she still took my picture and posted it like as the biggest picture. And the thing is that I knew Billy was going to be okay with those people that were like kind of harassing him because anyone can go back and watch the video and see what happened. Like we were just kind of walking. Right. Yeah, I mean, it was cool. It was kind of like, it was fun from like in like an uncomfortable way to be part of it. Exciting, you know? And then like we were going to go.
You saw the kind of money they pulled from it and then you realized you just became infamous.
We were going to take them to a barbershop, like Billy was calling his friend that owned a barbershop and everything. But then by the time we get back, they're like, oh shit, Hampton Brandon's getting arrested right now. We got to go help him instead. Oh, so that's kind of like how their world is like.
Yeah.
They go out. They
I'm
get
reminded,
swatted all the time. They get arrested all the time. It's insane.
I'm kind of reminded, like, last week's Undersubbed was actually Nick LaValle, a local comic around here, had a whole bit on millennials, and he points out, like, yeah, we could give him shit for eating Tide Pods, but let's keep in mind, like, we're the generation that made Johnny Knoxville a millionaire simply for hitting himself in the nuts over and over again on camera.
That's true. That's very true.
I mean, this is the natural evolution of shit. Like, you know, if these cringy ass fucking prank channels, which other channels have made millions of dollars in content just calling cancer, if they're around, it's because there's a fucking market for it. It's, same shit with any kind of cringy fucking dog shit you find on the internet. If it exists and it's doing well, it's because a lot of people like it. And maybe that says something more about like society than it does the internet.
So tonight's Undersubbed is your friend, my friend, our friend forever, Evan Lefavor.
Yes.
But
yes.
We gotta decide. So Nick picked a freestyle rap by Evan. I picked his time travel trailers from 1950s. So we gotta figure out, are we gonna do Time
Well,
travel, Evan?
let's leave it up to the chat. I mean, the audience. They're the ones
Okay.
watching.
It's so hard to choose because he is a dynamic performer, and
He's
I mean, like,
fucking incredible.
you can get into his ideas, or you can get into his freestyle raps.
Right.
I mean,
so let's see some ones if you want the freestyle rap. Let's see some twos if you want the time traveling movie trailers. Let's see which people are down.
But I know the freestyle is pretty good.
It's all good, dude. Evan's amazing. He's fucking incredible.
This is a solid undersubbed, and it's nice too because he has fewer subscribers than I do, so I don't have to grit my teeth and smile.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's true. But we had fucking Billy the Fridge on the show. And we're like, Billy, what do you want for a fucking undersub? And he's like, I want fucking vanilla ham. We're like, what the fuck is that? And he's like, it's a hamster. They make these beautiful treats and desserts for this hamster. And it's incredible.
That's not even undersubbed. I think that's
exactly like him.
That's just spreading a good message.
We look, and it's a 2 million subscriber fucking YouTube channel. We're like, Billy, that's not undersubbed. He's like, yes, it is. Watch it. And I watched it. I'm like, okay, yeah, no.
Yeah, it's like it's not even undersubbed. It's just like your life will be better if you can go and watch Ham from time to time.
3 for the manatee. You guys want us to watch Brett Key? We're not watching Brett Key. It's not happening. No way.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
You're really working on all cinder blocks right now.
Oh fuck! No, I want fucking that old video of him in the shower that you guys watched the other day. I was losing my mind, and I'm so hungover when I was driving home today, like bad, super bad. Like I really am not feeling okay while I'm doing this. And then that part of the show comes on with Brett in the shower, and I fucking lost it. I had to pull over. I had to fucking pull over.
Cop comes up. It's like, what's happening? And you just pick your phone up. You're like, and all of a sudden he starts cracking up, calls in real quick, like going on lunch.
I don't remember who. I think it was Adam who was like, "This sounds like a really deep conversation I had when I was 15 and on a lot of weed." Yeah, yeah, pretty much, man.
People keep saying me and Adam are like long lost brothers or something.
Oh
You're
man,
both his kids, so
I'm sad he's not coming to VidCon. You would love to hang out with him. I hung out with him all the time last year at VidCon. Great fucking guy, super cool. I saw mostly twos, so I'm thinking people wanted the time travel. I think.
Huh?
Let's just go for that. Fuck it. Whatever.
Yeah, we'll just play the freestyle as our outro.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do that.
Dude, he is so good at freestyling.
When it
Really
comes
is.
to YouTube videos, as they say on the internet, the kids with their memes and stuff, it's free real estate.
Yeah, it is. You have the My Circle link open, right, Ben?
Oh, no, I don't.
That's how we.
Where's
that's
the
how we
link?
it should be in the Skype chat.
I'm just glad he
I
didn't.
don't see it.
Oh yeah, Nick can't help you with that either, because he's not near his
I
fucking.
can.
Hang on,
I can
hang
get
on.
up
No, I
off
got
the
it.
screen.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I got it.
Walk back to where the studio audience is.
It's fine. That's why I do what I
There
do.
it
That's
is.
why I'm the producer. So, okay.
I'm just glad I managed to Forrest Gump my way through Thursday. I was impressed with myself.
Dude, the Thursday show was fucking awesome. You and Marcus
I know
killed it.
there was only 45 seconds of there being no audio because OBS wasn't set up right at the beginning. Other than
but
that,
you guys fucking killed it. You really did. It was fun to listen to.
it was a good show.
All right.
All right. You open it, Ben?
Yeah, I got it open.
All right, let's check the shit out.
Hello, everyone in the multiverse.
It says it's
beyond.
loading.
This is
Oh,
your
here we go.
friend Forever, Evan Lefavor, with an important video.
I gotta turn this up.
Now, as you may know, I am Evan Lefavor, and I am a time traveler. There are
He
other
is.
versions of me who have access to time travel technology.
Shit.
So I want you to imagine.
Is it echoing?
No,
Not
no.
mine.
Imagine me time traveling back to the 1950s.
I want
Just like
Oscar
the
to send
film
his
Back to
time
the
travel
Future.
machine to him.
Is the film Back to the Future based on a true story? Well,
Yes.
what if I did time travel back to the 1950s and I got stuck in the past?
Right? What
I
if?
was in Hollywood, California, and I decided, well, as long as I'm in the past, I might as well become a filmmaker and make some movies? What if I decided not to make original movies that I come up with on my own? What if I decided to remake some of the greatest films of all time in the 1950s before they were ever actually released? Creating an alternate timeline.
You know,
I am the one who gets credit for creating these movies instead of the people who actually.
I'm Evan's grandson, even though I'm older than him.
I know, yeah.
Figure that one out.
So, wouldn't it be cool if my Illuminati knights, who have access to being able to see things throughout all of the multiverse, what if they could somehow get me footage from those movies I created in the 1950s on a time-traveling adventure in this alternate timeline?
Right.
Wouldn't that be great?
That'd be boss, dude.
What if your friend forever?
People are saying turn it up.
Yeah, I'm
cranking
right it now.
What would it be like if Evan Lefavor went back to the 1950s and created the Avengers movie?
Right.
You know how big the Avengers movies are? Could you imagine if I went back to the 1950s and created an Avengers movie?
I've always wondered what Kurt
like?
Sutter on DMT would be like.
Well, imagine no more. Because I have the top.
You should watch
secret
Freaky
footage
Deaky
for you. I've got footage from
He used to be on a show called Freaky Deaky back in the day.
And we're about to watch them right now.
Yeah, it was a public access show. He has them on his channel.
Right here
That's cool.
is the Avengers.
At the end of the show, they'd have naked time, and everyone would get like stripped down to their underwear and dance all weird and shit. This is great.
Here we go.
Look at him smiling. He knows what's up.
And I gotta point this out too. Like in the I don't know if it's showing up on screen, but like if you're able to see the actual full video, his VLC window, it actually says Evan Lefavor's The Avengers.mp4. Like, yeah, dude. I fucking love this dude so much.
Dude, this guy needs 1 million subscribers. He really does.
He really fucking does, man.
Holy shit.
He's so fucking good.
Of Earth, attention. This is a voice speaking to you from thousands of miles beyond your planet. This is not a human being. It's from another planet. We are the survivors of a disintegrated solar system.
Look how happy he is, dude.
I know, dude.
The remainder of our fleet is circling your globe.
And he is the single greatest human being on the fucking planet.
Missing cattle, broken fences. Plan is to invade, to infest key men in government and industry with some alien force from outer space.
Extraordinary crimes against the people and the state have to be avenged by.
All right. You know what? I don't want to spoil shit.
Yeah,
if you want to know how Evan Lefavor's time traveling Avengers movie turns out, you're gonna have to go to his channel and fucking check him out because he's amazing.
And also keep in mind the same dude freestyle raps.
And he does, yeah. No, you know what?
I should play that as the outro.
Yeah, fuck it.
We're playing that as the outro, yeah.
You know, he is the biological father of Jesus Christ, too. That's another thing.
Is what we need. Freedom is what we need. Freedom is what we need. Is what we need. Ooh, ooh, wee. Freedom. It don't cost money. Money's the opposite of freedom. It ain't funny. We're all being enslaved on this planet, and I just cannot fucking stand it anymore. It's time to be free. Heaven on earth for all of humanity, where no one ever has to work ever again. Cause the robots' automation does it, my friend. Robots making us everything we need.
He's a fucking wizard, dude. He's a fucking wizard. That's all there is to it. He's incredible. I love him.
I look forward to him having twice my subs in 2 months' time.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
He deserves it. Mouthy Buddha, I don't know, but he deserves it.
Whenever you're bored though, check out Freaky Deaky. Like if you go to Evan's channel, he has clips of it. Oh, dude, it's the craziest shit, the most weird psychedelic shit you've ever seen in your life.
Wow, what a beautiful
I'm just kind of curious. Does he do stand up or anything?
No. He should though. I'm trying to get him to VidCon. You know, he doesn't have the funding to make it there.
The weird shit he's pulling in like his rap and the weird shit he pulls with his videos, I can't help but think like, yeah, this is a Stephen Wright kind of motherfucker right here. Stephen Wright with a bit of a god complex. I actually can't see a downside to that. The other day I tried to raise a civilization up from nothing but dirt.
I just had the craziest fucking thing. Okay.
They all spoke Greek, so I had to start over again.
Rhino sent us a super chat. He said Chelsea Manning just threatened to commit suicide. So I went and I looked at her Twitter, and I don't know what happened. I think that tweet got deleted, but there is somebody who did tweet from her account saying that she's safe. She's on the phone with friends, and like they're taking care of her. So I don't know. I guess she had a crisis.
Don't fucking kill yourself. The universe will take care of that for you. Don't be in such a rush.
I am not a fucking fan of Chelsea Manning whatsoever. In many, many ways, I really dislike Chelsea Manning. But no, don't fucking kill yourself, dude.
Yeah, the universe does that. Trust me, it's so fucking easy to die.
So do you not like the information that we got from Chelsea Manning, or?
Okay, there's two main things that I don't like about Chelsea Manning. One, there was the potentiality that the information that Chelsea Manning put out there did put some people at risk. Thankfully, none of them actually did get hurt because of it, but it was kind of like it was important, but like maybe the way it was done was not very good. I don't know. I'm not the person who gets to
okay, I don't know.
That.
Okay. I can't say okay, like I could say anything you do is the potential to like, you know, be a risk to anybody else. So we can't really measure that if it didn't happen.
No, I know.
So I'm just saying like the information we got from Chelsea Manning.
Well, I'll offer this. You can appreciate the information without appreciating the leaker, because when you look and find out, I mean, everything Chelsea Bradley Manning has done and did has been for attention. Now it was even reported that
you think
Manning was
the transition.
No. I think the transition was probably. I don't think Chelsea Manning is what we might say, as perhaps dysmorphic, as perhaps disassociative in a way. And I'm going to get a bunch of shit and transphobic. No, it's more about when you look at the career span of what made Chelsea Bradley Manning.
Right.
When Chelsea was Bradley, there's reports from even as far back as basic training in AIT, pretty steady reports from people who've served with Bradley at the time, who say that Bradley was a massive pain in the ass, trash bag soldier, kind of person. Like orders would come down whether or not the platoon was for training, whether the platoon was to wear warm weather gear or cold weather gear. Now that's something I even remember from Benning, because you get two sets of BDUs, cold and warm weather, and orders come down what you wear. Okay. Manning reportedly, this is according to like a written report I read, stated that Manning was in charge of delineating that message to the squad, and gave the wrong information, and then showed up in warm weather BDUs when they were supposed to be there, showed up in warm weather when they were supposed to be in warm weather. The rest of his squad or platoon or whatever, when he was platoon guide or was squad leader, showed up in cold weather. And the thing that Bradley didn't get was it's about esprit de corps. If everyone is in cold weather gear, that's how it's supposed to be, and you're all wrong together. Right. Trash bag soldier, from what I heard. But even beyond that, when it came to leaks, he was trying to shop them around. He was looking for something which would not just be explosive in an expose sense, but that would also be, he leaked this shit. And so, I mean, and I don't know Chelsea Bradley, any of them personally, I can't say, but from the more I've gathered, and I've spoken to people who were like co-founders of WikiLeaks and shit, there was a lot of ego going into it. And so when it comes to this kind of thing, Chelsea Manning strikes me as the type of person who thrives on attention, who thrives on relevance.
That's like the main thing that I probably don't like Chelsea Manning for, is like the weird attention whore. And like, it's fine. Don't get me wrong. I'm an attention whore. Look at what the fuck I'm doing right now. I'm obviously an attention whore.
Well, we talk about. Well, I mean, you had an
How
issue.
do you feel? How do you feel about the years of solitary confinement? Do you think that's had some sort of mental impact on her?
It's got to be horrible. I can't even fucking imagine. It had to have been fucking terrible.
And I wouldn't be surprised if whatever sort of personality traits, perhaps, that didn't maybe acclimate to military life for Bradley Manning. I wouldn't be surprised if those same personality traits weren't exacerbated by extended periods in solitary confinement. That there's nothing good that comes out of that. It's a fucking barbaric practice.
I try to have a lot of empathy when it comes to Chelsea Manning because of those facts, but like, I mean, her behavior is just fucking god awful and annoying. It genuinely is. It just drives me fucking crazy.
You recently had an issue with like a question about like limits on the notions of free speech absolutism, right?
Right.
One instance that I always love, Gary Edwards always brings this up when he brings the question up about free speech. He questions, is the leaking of state secrets, should that be protected speech? And typically, no. I mean, like the codes to a nuclear launch do not need to be public information.
Yeah.
There are, like the sorts of classified information, if you're going to put a penalty on that kind of speech, that's a difficult fucking thing to argue. But at the same time, the Republican, I suppose, in me, the civic Republican within me says, well, when information about the government doing shady shit comes out via an illegal leak, I appreciate the information and I think it's vital. At the same time, if I'm going to say that I respect the law, I actually have to respect the law that prosecutes and punishes those that release it. And so I remember Sanders one time was asked about Snowden, and he said he thinks Snowden needs to come back and go through a trial. Yeah.
Right.
And my opinion on Snowden is too, I think the information he leaked was fucking invaluable. Like, we need to know this kind of thing, and we need to be fucking upset and concerned about it. Yeah. Except at the same time, like, he did violate a law. Like, it's the kind of thing, like,
I don't have respect for all laws, and like the laws that I disagree with, I don't judge those who decide to break those laws.
I don't know. I'm not the one judging. I'm just saying that I respect the notion of them going in, because like, I want a system of law which works. And in order for a system of law to work, the law must be upheld. If it becomes if we're going to put whistleblower protections on that, that's a sticky issue, because then how do you decide what information that's leaked is pertinent and what's not? And then how do you decide that between public and private? Because if you're talking about private trade information within a massive corporation, let's say like Big Pharma or an agro company, and their trade secrets come out, and all of a sudden nobody trusts their product, they could claim private property. And even if you can get around criminal prosecution, tort law is still on their side.
Aren't we still, though? Like, isn't the reality, though, we are selective with laws that we uphold anyway?
We are.
We always are.
It's very arbitrary depending on like, how people are feeling at the fucking time. So yeah, I mean,
right.
And that's I like to make a case that, we do have to like uphold the law and all that kind of thing, but really laws exist to be changed or modified to serve the public good. That's how it is. Which is why things like leaks are so important. It's super important that kind of shit happens, but then we have to disseminate that and deal with it with the same rules that we have everything else for. So
I think the boldness of accountability is something that we've kind of lost as our society's lost an entire concept of honor in general. Because here's the thing, like, I say I respect the law, and I do, believe it or not. I've been a fucking criminal to hell and back. And there are plenty of, and there are loads. There are plenty of laws that I break on a regular basis. But all the same, like, every time I've been arrested for something that I actually did, and that's about a 50-50 margin at this point. Right. But when I've been arrested for things that I did, it's just autopilot mode. Like, yeah, you fucking caught me. I was breaking the fucking law, and you're gonna arrest me for it, because that's what I knew the fucking risks with that. If you're gonna leak state secrets in the name of a greater good, if you're going to leak those state secrets in the name of a greater good, and you're basically going to be martyred as a result.
So when do we decide that something should or shouldn't be a state secret? Like,
Isn't that a fun question?
Could the state make anything they want secret, and thus talking about it at all is a crime?
That's a problem. I mean, when it's doing dirty ass black bag shit in a third world country using narco funds so that it can fund a guerrilla war using rebels in another area, that's kind of thing like we ought to know about. But at the same time, like, you know, if there's if they have a massive cache of like biological weapons that they're keeping under lock and key, right, for CDC purposes, right?
Right.
We don't know. The public doesn't need to know where those are or how to get to them, right? So we can tell they're somewhere. It might not be a very clear line, but there is a line somewhere we have to draw to, you know, if we're actually going to be honest with ourselves about.
If it comes to like domestic surveillance without warrants and that kind of stuff, I think that's on our side of the line. I don't think the state can just be like, well, this is a secret.
Oh,
you know, when it's really not.
So that's very clearly on one side of the line, isn't it?
And the crazy part about it too is like the government has the ability to do these things arbitrarily. They could just arbitrarily make those distinctions what is and what is not. But there's also no way for us to necessarily like police that, because in order to police that, you would have to have
you'd have to know what the secrets are.
You'd have to have like, I don't know, like a government to police the government. You know,
right?
So we keep coming into these problems over and fucking over again, all the time. It's weird.
And that's I guess that's why representative democracy is, in theory at least, the best you could really hope for. Because the idea is supposed to be those fuckheads in Congress, those millionaire fuckwits, who are all, you know, private school educated, trust fund babies. You know, those motherfuckers are supposed to actually be drawn from our own ranks. They're supposed to represent our interests, not just in a way that like they step forward to be the avatar of our hopes and dreams, but in the sense that they're supposed to be one of us. Ordinary fucking people are supposed to be in the government. Which, by the way, I am running for office, but this might actually be a violation of campaign finance because we have an established show with a larger audience that's 2 to 3 times larger than my voter constituency.
That's true.
But all the same, these people go in there and they go in there for the explicit purpose of being there and being in power. And so when they do that, they go in with these big interests behind them who want them to stay pretty quiet about this and that, and do this and that.
Are you running for mayor of Knox County?
No, I'm running for state rep.
No, he's running for a state representative seat.
Mm-hmm.
He is, like, legitimately, like, this isn't a joke.
Yeah, like in the state, like the state government.
Yeah.
Yep. He's gonna try and be a politician. I will have to start referring to him.
That reminds me of that time when the Undertaker threw Kane off a Hell in a Cell.
That's right.
No, Spanish
he threw
announce
Mankind.
table.
It was Mankind.
Yeah, the Undertaker threw Mankind through off the Hell in a Cell through the Spanish announce table.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
Wow.
Broke him in half. Breadmaster PBJ.
Oh my God!
The notion of me in power is already bringing happy memories to people that they can't let go of. This is good. I like this.
Breadmaster PBJ. Ben and Billy look like reverse Jay and Silent Bob. It's true. Very true.
Good one.
Dragon in the West. I hope Evan is on next week. Evan bless. We should get Evan on the show sometime. That'd be fucking
Yeah. Oh, he'll tell you about when he becomes king and how awesome the world is going to be. When he's king of the world.
Yeah, so guys, stay tuned because we will be actually having Evan on one way or another. It's like, sorry, Salvia Eric, we had to bump you. We got Evan.
Yeah, we'll bump Salvia Eric to get Evan Lefavor on, man. I'm into it.
Yeah.
I like this idea.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, so we got one last thing that we got to do tonight. We got our cringe of the week, and this week's cringe is something special. So we got this article here. It says Liberty University Cinema Department producing feature film The Trump Prophecy.
Oh God!
Okay.
Do you have the you have the trailer?
I have it on my circle. We'll watch it in just a minute. We will. Liberty University students. I know. Liberty University students and faculty are helping produce an 85-minute feature film that will be shown in over 1,000 theaters nationwide, highlighting one man's Trump prophecy and a movement of prayer that led up to the election of President Donald Trump. The film, titled The Trump Prophecy, will be shown at select cinemas nationwide on October 2nd and October 4th as a production led and funded by producer Rick Eldridge in his Charlotte-based RealWorks Studios. He also helped produce a 2015 documentary based on the book Four Blood Moons by megachurch pastor John Hagee.
Oh my goodness, this is a who's who of filmmaking expertise.
Yes, it fucking is.
I am excited.
I am super excited about this shit. Let's see. The film focuses on the prophecy of a retired Florida firefighter named Mark Taylor, who claims that God told him in April 2011 that Trump would one day become president. Although Taylor initially thought that meant that Trump would become president in 2012, the prophecy was ultimately fulfilled in November 2016. Well, you know, he shot, he missed, but he still nailed it in the end. No big deal.
How fucking sad is your religion if, like, the biblical prophecies that you're handed in the modern age are about guys like Donald Trump? It's like the beast Elon Musk will rise from his slumber, surrounded by basic ass subby bitches.
Yes. With a budget of about $2 million, the movie claims to show viewers how a movement of prayer helped pave the way for the election of the 45th president of the United States. You guys ready for this trailer?
Oh God, please.
Are you ready for this shit?
I've been praying for this since 2002.
Let's fucking do this. What am I? Oh yeah, fuck. I had my windows all fucked up real quick. There we go. And this and that and a little bit of this. Here we go.
In my work, I've seen everything. But what I saw last night.
Hang on, I want to make sure I turn this up like really, really good. Hang on.
Oh, we need to hear this. This dialogue is written by like this is like fucking David Lynch level shit.
I know, and I gotta fucking.
Speaking of David Lynch, we just did Billy and I did a road trip to the town where Twin Peaks was filmed.
Oh,
it's
really?
Pretty interesting. Yeah.
Which film? Which town was it that they filmed most of that in?
It's called North Bend. Like,
oh my God! Stop doxing Twin Peaks, dude.
we had lunch at the Double R Diner, and we went to the falls, like the waterfalls and everything.
What?
It's gonna be in our we do like a little travel blog thing that's part of our Patreon.
Yeah.
So that'll be part of it. Billy was crop dusting people, like they'd walk by him, and as soon as they'd walk out of their line of sight, he'd lift his ass and just fart all over them. It was crazy.
That's great. Holy
anyway.
Shit. All right.
It scared me so much. All I could do was lay there paralyzed. You're thinking of retiring? I just feel like God is telling me to do something different.
The Commander-in-Chief prophecy? There'll be healing.
Oof. Oh God.
There'll be
healing. You gotta get that like country fucking twang going on, you know?
Yeah.
That Alison Krauss vibe. And I'd say that I love Alison Krauss, by the way.
Hi, I'm Rick Eldridge, producer of The Trump Prophecy, a riveting story about a fireman,
riveting
public servant who on
Who said
2011
you?
had a message from God, which 5 years later became a movement of prayer across our country. After the movie, there's going to be a reflective time with men from various aspects of world economics.
We're all going to reflect with a bunch of men.
They're from world economics.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
The military, talking about what does it really mean to make America great again. And we hope that this will be an event that will allow us to understand the blessings that we have as Americans and the mandate that we have to pray for those in authority over us. To pray for
what the fucking holy good? What the fuck? What the fuck did I just hear?
Do you want to hear it again?
Oh, wow.
Yes. You want to hear it again?
The mandate we have.
Again. And we hope that this will be an event that will allow us to understand the blessings that we have as Americans.
I'm not high
and
enough.
The mandate that we have to pray for those in authority over us. To pray for our leadership. We think it's going to be a phenomenal time on October the 2nd and 4th.
What the fuck kind of Jesus are you listening to, dude? Holy shit, Pumpkin Patch Quentin Tarantino. What the fuck was that? We a fucking mandate that we need to pray for those who are above us. Jesus Christ. I mean, you read Nietzsche's slave morality the wrong way, dickhead. What the fuck?
For all across the nation, Christians to come together and understand what our purpose is in this coming election and in our world today, to pray for those in authority over us.
What the fuck? I'm sorry, that shit just fucking tickles my goddamn grundle sideways. It's not good.
This man
like
looks
somebody
like a
gave me a
penis.
taint piercing listening to that shit.
This man legit looks like a fucking human penis right here.
No, this is like, listen, Mr. Potato Head didn't age as gracefully as the kid from Tool Time did. You gotta get used to that.
7:14. I mean, it's very clear. My people, who are called by my name. That means those of us who are believers, that call ourselves Christians, we have an obligation to pray for our country. I certainly do every night.
Are you praying for your country, Nick? Are you praying,
fucking
Ben? Are you
Rich
praying?
Spencer's fucking uncle here telling about my people who got called by fucking Home Depot paint swatch shade is what the fuck is Mr. Potato Head talking about?
You better be doing your fucking patriotic duty. You gotta pray for Trump, man. Pray for Trump.
I always thought Jesus was about render unto Caesar and shit, but apparently I didn't read my Bible enough to where he's like, find your king
Jesus
and
loves
pray
money.
Yes, find your king and pray at his feet, said the Christ, unto his disciples who were starving and kind of pissed off about the whole healthcare bill not working out in their favor.
None of us pray as much as we
Be right
should,
back.
but I certainly do put a good effort into it at least.
Important to keep in mind when you're thinking about what it takes to make America great again.
Lawyer, advisor to presidents and world leaders. This should, you know what this is looking like? This is looking like a fucking it's just like the sequel to Fateful Findings right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I am now resigning from the bank.
Isn't that corrupt?
I was a lawyer and advisor to presidents and world leaders, but then I quit to open a private practice.
Isn't that unwholesome?
I just love the fact, too, this is probably shot in like a hotel lobby, and that's probably like just that picture there. That's probably just like a stock photo from a frame at a bed and breakfast.
People are losing their shit over this dude's last name. Mark
Nuddle. Mark nuddled all over his career as a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
He was disbarred for attempting to get an appeal against the case of death versus Jesus.
Nuddle's like the kind of, that's the nickname you get when everybody goes to like a fucking camp out, a big like event, and you do something really unfortunate and everybody calls you Nuddle from then on.
Oh yeah, no, more than that. No, his last name was naturally Nuddle, and that followed him all the way through high school, and then it really didn't follow him through college, but he dragged it along with him. And he drags it along even now because now he can go to his high school, his like fucking 45th high school reunion and say, I was a lawyer and advisor to presidents and world leaders, and I was in a movie.
Right.
Fucking banging movie too. I'm waiting for like Optimus Prime to bust out. I know it's coming out because they always give you the best parts in the trailers.
Anahata says he made a nuddle puddle. There we go.
But the key element is spiritual, not secular.
That's what I want my lawyer to say.
I have a lot of nightmares. Or I'm struggling, fighting. Sometimes I think it's God who's talking to me.
That's weird.
Yep.
I get a lot of nightmares where I'm just like chilling and relaxing and shit, you know?
You know
and I
what?
sometimes think God's telling me to just not be a firefighter.
So the main takeaway from this is very, very simple. If you want to watch an amazing,
if you want to see what would happen if you gave Pohl $2 million to make a movie right now, you can go ahead and check this film out at Fathom Theaters. If you stick around, you can watch The Nutcracker Suite in July.
if you want to watch a movie, but a firefighter had a fucking fever dream and thought he like predicted Trump and becoming fucking presidency, well, make sure October 2nd and 4th to check out the Trump prophecy because hey, it's coming quick.
I really hope there's a scene where his doctor's just checking for like pupil dilation, doesn't happen. He's just like, what do you do for a living again, son? Well, I'm a firefighter. Do you get exposed to a lot of heat and head trauma? I do.
Yeah.
Do you think you hear God, boy? I did hear God. Okay, I'm going to make him write you a little referral here to a colleague of mine. And he just doesn't follow that. And the whole prophecy was really, like any other biblical prophecy, forged because nobody told a madman he was out of his goddamn mind. And he just happened to get lucky.
Yep, too true. Yeah,
we're gonna actually, and you know what? If you guys are really down, you come and you actually like impress our mods in the Discord there. If you're not already a member, you go do that, and you might end up getting to watch this movie in a rabbit room with the rest of us.
Yeah, oh dude, if it comes out and it gets leaked on the internet, I will hold a private viewing of the Trump prophecy. We all get wasted and watch it together. I'm super into
Gonna get you know it. I mean, like they're gonna probably be selling DVD or giving DVDs of this shit away at like Trump 2018 events.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah. I mean, every now
If
and
they
then
don't, I will do it myself, and especially if I'm an elected rep. Hell yeah, I will go hand out copies of this, pirated copies of this movie to Trump supporters in 2018.
That's where it's at, man. That's where it's at. Well, fuck. All right. So that's pretty much it for us. Let me check on our Streamlabs real quick. I think we're caught up. Oh, no, we're not. Actually, hang on. Sergeant Buck says, I thought Sherman William was the secret to making America great again. Guess I was mistaken. You were. Yep. It's all about firefighters having fever dreams, talking about Trump becoming president. That's where it's at.
I've had nightmares where, you know, I've fucked old classmates, and thus far, you know, none of them's prophetic yet, but we're getting there. So
yeah. We're getting there. But yeah, okay. So our guest tonight has been Benpai of DP fame, and also Benpai, his channel, The Alter Perspective. Our undersubbed is Evan Lefavor, your friend fucking forever.
Yes.
So go to all of their fucking links. Subscribe.
We got him queued up for outro, yeah.
No, I'm just gonna play because we already listened to some of this freestyle anyway. So
that's true. That's some pretty dope tracks, and we can't give too much away, otherwise Spotify will never feature them.
And otherwise, people won't go watch his channel. I want them to go to his channel to actually listen to his fucking shit, so he gets the clicks, man.
Yeah,
that's where it's at.
Yeah, we're not here to feed you. We're not Mama. Go over to Mama Bird.
I got your back, Evan.
Yeah. You're down the street with your friends now. They're gonna give you peanut butter sandwiches. That's the best you're gonna get. You want a home cooked dinner? You go home and get your meatloaf. Okay.
Anyway,
so go over to his channel and subscribe right now. Why doesn't this ever work for me?
I don't know, man.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. You know what? We have been your YouTube fucking saints with Benpai. Check us out every single week, no matter what, without fail. Even if I am so hungover, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I still get home and we still do the show.
Y'all know I can carry it.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Good night, everybody. Good night. Fuck off. Bye-bye.
Good night.